Hello and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm the executive producer here, John Bates, and I've got a few pre-show notes for you. First of all, I'd like to thank our $25 tier supporters, Antitonic, Waterflame, Samantha Bates, and Maureen Montee, without whom we wouldn't be able to do much, especially not all the content that we put forward now. I also want to thank all the people that have joined on with us since the, I would say, successful experiment that was Midsummer Night's Dream. If you're interested in that, go check out our YouTube channel, where youtube.com/Sensaku, where we performed the world's first, as far as we're aware, live stream production of a community theater performance of A Midsummer Night's Dream. That sounds like a lot of qualifiers. It's more just because that's the way I talk. Please go enjoy them, give us feedback, let us know if you'd like to see more of that in the future. If you'd like to support us financially, you can do so on our Patreon page at patreon.com/FSFilms. You can also follow us on Twitter at Final Show Films, or follow me personally at John A. Bates for all future updates and live notifications for our live stream. In the meantime, sit back, relax, enjoy.
Far less robust.
But we're playing with Changeling, right?
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello, everybody.
Hello. I feel like that camera's too tall.
It's not too tall, but it's certainly not aimed correctly.
Are the microphones on?
Yes, I turned them on.
Did you?
Oh. All right.
Hi, hopefully you can hear us.
And welcome back to Untethered, episode 6. When last we
Can they
left...
hear us?
Pardon?
Can they hear us?
I'm getting a little orange bar showing up under here
According to
that
this thing,
says
I
they
can.
can hear us.
Good.
When last we left off, we found Strafonio in a cavern. He identified himself as Strafonio, showed you how to get out, and informed you that the journal of Strafonio was already taken by some nice old man named Rasputin.
And then proceeded to follow us out and Jumanji in the streets.
Yes, and then proceeded to follow you out and walk into the streets and ask what year it was. Because... why not?
There was no other question.
Jumanji as a verb?
Yes, he is Jumanjiing.
Everything can be a verb, John.
Jumanji, I feel like Jumanji as a verb is being trapped in a magical game board that sends you to the Amazon.
I feel like that
Close
is also an accurate description of what has occurred with Strafonio.
He wasn't trapped in a magical game board.
This
No.
is more...
How do we know that?
Like, what year is it is more,
Every time travel movie ever.
yeah.
And speaking of that, on my left, we have
Which part of your left?
this part.
Okay, just wanted to clarify. 'Cause you typically specify, and this time you're just like, on the left.
The
rather
one
than
that you
my close
gestured
left, or
to.
my far left.
Whoever
or my mid
answers
left.
first.
I'm John, and I'm playing Galadir Alunai, a Order of Hermes mage.
On my ambiguous right.
Since you said whoever answers first, hi, I'm Zach, and I'm playing Dr. David Tarasu, he's still a doctor. Yeah.
He's still a doctor.
Yes.
He's still a doctor.
And he? Really?
And he?
Really?
I mean, he doesn't work any better.
No, he is at least grammatically,
Not correct.
but it's grammatically, it could be grammatically
Ambiguous.
correct.
No.
It could be. On my other left,
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Akuma, the Akashic Mob boss.
on my anti-clockwise,
I'm Stan and I'm playing Duncan.
Anti-clockwise
specialist.
is left.
I know. Who
No.
cares?
No.
Clockwise goes left.
yeah, clockwise would
matter.
be doing that.
No, clockwise goes right.
That's a
No,
left-hand
no, it
circle,
doesn't.
John.
Yes, that is
No,
it.
it's not.
Yes.
From the
Yeah.
bottom, you're
Draw,
going left.
draw it out on the table.
Okay,
Draw it out on the table.
put a watch face here.
On my anti-clockwise, I'm going to
I
point
already
now.
said that.
With the baby,
I'm wondering how I got into this.
That is clockwise. To
you
the
married
right.
the
Apply
DM.
that to him.
Yeah.
Look,
Yes.
apply that
Left.
to him.
He's
See?
going left.
Apply that to him. Clockwise is to
I'm
you.
Holly, I'm playing Tarell, she's insane. Alright.
You're insane. These guys are insane.
And the quiet one.
Hey,
Anti-clockwise.
I'm Rudy. I'm playing Detective
Is that really
Scarlet
your
Torres.
name? Is that really your name?
Sometimes I wonder myself.
Super Saiyan Broly.
Yes, that's right.
Did you forget how clocks worked for a minute?
Well, no, I know how clocks work. I just fucked up on direction right now.
So, Rudy, what do you play?
Hi, everybody. Here at Final Show Films, we're professional.
No, see, If he's looking at the clock that way, that fuck.
Welcome to Circles.
I'm only gonna wait for 30 minutes.
So,
Today we learn how circles work.
who's ready to either fight a gang war or escort a madman or... I mean, you can do whatever else you want. You can go hang out with at Tarns. Have a good
No, I
time.
think we've already determined that we're
We've
not good with
determined-
clocks here.
Yeah,
Fuck clocks.
that's part of the
Oh,
paradox that's going on there.
too many clocks.
I've only got one dot in time. So
Maybe that's
It's
it.
not your speciality.
You can't figure it out.
With a second dot, you can figure out a clock.
Yeah.
Work.
How the clock works.
Alright. So, let's pick up. Last I heard, Torel was going to stay with Strafonio.
No.
No. We were all
Dave was going to stay
I was with
with
Strafonio.
Dave was
David.
staying
Oh,
with
that's right.
Strafonio. Sorry.
She doesn't care about Strafonio.
Akuma was going to go punch Rasputin in the face.
She was going with him.
Yeah, we're all
Alright, who's going
with him.
where?
Rasputin.
I'm going with him. What time of day is it again? Is
It's
it
like
night?
2 in the afternoon.
So basically, from what I understand,
Where-
everybody else is going to...
Well, what part of the island
I got
is
it.
Rasputin? Is he on the north or south side or?
Northeast.
There we go.
Perfect. Can we make a stop on the way over there?
What do you need?
We'll stop at a sporting goods shop.
McDonald's?
At the
ideas.
marina. I'm gonna stop at the marina.
He has ideas.
Scuba diving.
That'll give me time to contact
Okay.
Yaren. So
All right.
let's go.
I guess I'm going with them.
What about you, Skylar?
I've been gone too long to have any like sort of actual motivation right now.
Rasputin has the Journal of Strafonio, which gets you the heck out of this place.
Yep, works
Yeah,
for me.
we're gonna go get that.
Now that you've awoken from your NPC coma.
Yeah. I keep getting put in comas.
No, this last time you were just
every time
having your face filled with rats.
Every time I miss a session, my
What
character
was
goes
that?
into some sort of coma.
Remember?
This time it was an NPC coma.
Rats.
He was eating live rats.
Oh.
Well, more of the rats were shoving themselves forcefully down his throat.
I mean, you can say this all you want. I wasn't here to experience it, so...
So, Skylar, where are you going?
Friday night.
With them.
Alright. So, shall we go fight a gang war?
Sure.
Gang war.
Dave, where are you taking Strafonio?
So, I'm basically
Gallagher
going
swapped
to...
everybody fucks.
Did he have?
Did he start giving any at any point?
He had an amount of fuck. It is now 0.
Okay.
So,
He's tagging on.
I'm going to basically... Because I kind of don't want to
It was about a quarter tank.
leave
earlier.
a single
that'll be
person
perfect.
watching
Yeah.
over Strafonio because he's kind of unpredictable and I have no clue what he's going to do. I'm going to basically try to contact
You should let
Darren
Tarn
about
look
what all
over him.
happened.
You should leave him with Tarn. That's a really good idea.
There is literally not a
Yes.
single worse idea I could do. Literally not a single one.
Your decision-making ability has already been shown to be poor. We're not listening to you.
Well, wait a second.
Also,
If-
the
if-
storyteller literally said, "Do not give him to Tarn."
No, Tarn said that. Tarn explicitly told Dave
That
that
he is-
that was the worst idea because he's the most evil thing on this plane of existence.
Yep.
he will openly admit that because it's
Most
funny.
evil thing on this plane of existence. I need to figure out if there's a Tarask here.
No.
That's explicitly the thing that we're trying to avoid happening.
Never mind, he probably knows if there is one. If there is, he probably still didn't mince his word on saying he's worse than it.
Though, to be fair, the Ethivore of World of Darkness is just Cain.
Yeah.
But yes. Anyway, so contacting him about it and basically
Oh, that's the
asking,
worm.
hey,
The worm, yeah,
the worm.
fair. And Cain. It has to
I
be
could
the
use some help looking after and
It's not really that
protecting
important. It's just a side effect.
Mr. Strafonio here.
I'm assuming that you have also called Yaren.
worm. Yeah.
So I'm basically going to say, hey, the rest of our little group is busy giving Raz a brand new crater, so...
Yes, and someone has to watch out for casualties and play damage control.
Yeah, the call from Akuma would have been we're making the final push on Rasputin. If you want to come play ball or start playing defensive, that's up to you.
Please, Crater is so gauche. I'd much rather give him an anti-existence.
You can do both.
Shove him in Tarn's clock shop and watch the two of them paradox it off against each other.
That sounds like the worst. Never mind, there are worse things to do.
Let's wipe out half this island in the paradox explosion.
Half? What is this, amateur?
I'd much rather use forces and correspondence to make half of his body frictionless and the other half of his body weigh 1,000 pounds, and then give him a slight push.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yes.
All
What are you
right.
going to do with the crazy man? Who is currently
You know what happens
biting
then?
random objects on the street to find out
Half
what
of
is
his
edible
body
and
goes,
what isn't.
phew, the other half doesn't. We need to watch what happens.
You know what?
I'm just gonna punch him.
He wanted a ham
Really?
sandwich.
Punch him after I do that.
I'm going to get him get him some kind of a
I do
sandwich.
that, then you punch him.
Yeah, I'm going to find him a ham sandwich,
Okay.
get him a ham sandwich,
Okay.
and then take him back to my apartment, hopefully before he starts trying to eat more street lamps.
It's like a real ham sandwich.
So I just go, we're getting a real ham sandwich.
So you go to like the nearest subway to get a ham sandwich.
Pretty much trying to run as much damage control as I can so that
How
they
little-
just think he's crazy and not, you know,
How literally does it
dangerously
take the
crazy.
fresh sign?
No, you walk in, and he's staring at the drink machine, pushing the ice button,
No.
And
then
watching
letting
ice
go,
come out.
and then pushing the ice button, and then letting go.
So he's like our child.
And thankfully, the teenager behind the counter doesn't care.
Nice. All right.
How old?
Apathy.
How old is Strafonia? Physically.
Physically,
He looks like he's over 100.
you're not sure what's still holding him together, but he's full of energy. But he also looks dusty and gaunt and skeletal.
Good to know.
But he has a very distinctly pointy black goatee, and his hair is jet black.
Okay.
So,
Someone that old should not have hair that dark.
yeah, it's
I have hair that dark.
You're not that old either.
you're not that old.
You're aware.
You don't look that old.
So yes, you're ordering a ham sandwich.
Yeah, I'm getting a sandwich for him,
Yeah.
All right.
basically.
They don't have ham at
They have
at Subway.
What
They do.
tacos do you
They
want?
have.
They have turkey. They have.
No.
They have Black Forest ham.
Yeah,
Black
Black
Forest
Forest ham.
I know.
They have Black
I'm
Forest ham.
being.
Yes.
All right. So you get him a ham sandwich, and
Put jalapeno peppers in it, like a bunch.
I mean,
right. Step one, you immediately sense a burst of paradox.
Makes sense. Paradox.
Sometimes you just know.
I am so happy that this worked.
no.
He opens up the sandwich, his eyes widen, and he pokes the ham, and it turns into a live pig.
Inside the thing.
The sandwich wrapper bursts when he does so, and the live pig falls on the floor, looking very confused and starts squealing. And the boy behind the counter looks up and is just standing there with the. I have no idea what my life. I should stop. All right, damage control.
Is it just the employee? Is there anybody else here?
No. Let's do it in the afternoon. On a Saturday, people have better things to do. Go to Subway.
How do I deal with a pig in the middle of the city?
How big
You
is it?
ignore it, grab Strafonio, and leave.
Let him take a bite first.
As you're wondering, Strafonia has begun eating the wax paper.
Good.
I'm just gonna kind of.
You and this, 16-year-old have the exact same reaction at the moment.
I'm just gonna kind of usher Strafonio out and hopefully
The pig
get
follows?
this pig out.
Come, Frankie,
quietly.
he says, and the pig follows.
Pinky?
Frankie.
Frankie.
Yes.
First! He leans down and he puts his hand on Frankie's head. I must impart the knowledge of the multiverses upon you.
That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. I think he pulled his hand away. That's a bad idea.
Dr. Frankfurter.
That's a bad idea.
Frankie must know.
It fills me.
Frankie
It is neat.
will know.
Giant pitch.
Frankie can
Ignorant.
use Strafonia.
Fish.
That's
Ah, that's what it is.
no offense, but I don't think the world could handle two of you.
Right. I must turn myself into a pig first.
Not now. That's a bad idea.
Yes.
That's a bad idea.
Do that.
He grabs himself on the chest.
I pull his hand away.
He grabs his hand with his other chest.
Other hand away.
He
No,
grabs his
that's a-
hand with his other chest.
But I could be bacon. Ooh, bacon. Do they still make bacon? Has that been invented yet?
Yes.
It has been
It
invented.
has.
Why didn't you give me a bacon sandwich?
You did ask for a ham sandwich.
Bacon is kind of like ham in a parallel universe. There is a universe where all ham is made of bacon. Did you know that? Yeah, it's called Canada. It's a distant land, spoken of in myths and rumors. I can tell you about this place. Did you know
I've been there
everybody owns
once.
a panther there? There are
I saw that
letters
one coming.
about that. Letters, I tell you.
I've been there
Richard
once.
Wagner wrote extensively about how everyone in Canada has a panther. Richard Wagner, he was a good friend. Yes. Little obsessed with the color pink, but aside from that, good friend.
I see. How did you know him?
What do you mean, how did I know him?
Like, was he a friend or?
He just said he was a friend.
He's a friend.
How?
He literally just said he was a good friend.
My mind is elsewhere. There's a pig. There's a subway that we are currently that I'm currently ushering the three of us out of.
You're starting to gather attention on the streets as you're walking a pig down the streets.
Well,
Thankfully, the pig is pretty calm, so people are generally willing to ignore it.
Yeah. We're trying to get attention, but it's not.
More attention is being dragged to the fact that this man is wearing rags. So while you're dealing with that,
Yeah.
let's go fight a gang war.
Yay.
Alright, Akuma, so you called Urine. He said he'll be there.
Yeah, so then the call goes out to Hozuki. I need everyone... I need an explosive distraction. I need Rasputin's forces pulled away from the central tower. It's time for a final confrontation, and Rasputin isn't going to make this quiet.
I reach into my bag and pull out a stick of dynamite.
Where do you want the explosion?
yeah.
What do I know about any of his other major operations that would draw people away?
Put the dynamite back.
Roll me...
Right there in the street.
Yeah, no,
I don't need a
Street
permit for
wise.
this. I just carry it around to hit people with it.
I don't give a fuck.
I have 2.
I'm staying next to Akuma. They're not gonna bother me.
Got a 2. You know one of his major drug suppliers.
That one.
Alright. Gonna go, bomb what do you call it? It's not
A dispensary.
meth lab. But, whatever you would produce. It's basically a meth lab.
It's a lab.
Yes. You know one of his labs. You can follow.
Meth lab, grow lab.
I don't know how you produce ice.
With a freezer.
I don't know how...
Or if you're in Germany at a train yard.
I'm assuming you would need some sort
I mean,
of
ice is
lab.
crystal meth, so it is literally a meth lab.
Meth lab.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it's meth lab. Yeah. Meth labs are notoriously easy to blow up. They're flammable chemicals all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder how easy they actually are to blow up.
Probably very, actually, if they keep, especially in like low, in like
The thing
Underground
about
operations.
meth labs is take a chemistry lab
Well, 'cause
and
the-
then make it black market so you remove all the safety protocols.
Well, because the thing is, like the trope is that they're easy to blow up, and I wonder how actually easy they are to blow up.
With a stick of dynamite? Probably very.
I mean, anything's easy to blow up with a stick of dynamite. That's not the
Precisely.
point.
Or
So it's easy to blow up.
That reduces the
8 or
factor
9
of meth
sticks.
lab, though.
I mean, yes, but you have dynamite, so therefore it is easy to blow up.
But like
They do have crates of dynamite.
yeah, we have crates of dynamite. That's why I said I wanted an
we also
explosive
have the
solution.
individual.
We all have
We
some
all have a
dynamite.
little bit.
He has a lot.
It turns out the dynamite was in you all along.
No, it's my bag.
Same thing.
The dynamite's going
jacket.
to be in the meth lab, actually, all
Yeah.
along.
So you wanted to stop by a store?
Yeah, I was gonna stop by the
When you use a store.
a little scuba diving.
There's plenty of scuba diving
little
places.
scuba. Yeah, right. I'm gonna
This
get
is no
some.
time for scuba diving.
I'm not getting scuba gear. I'm only getting one little specific item of scuba gear.
Ask.
You've told me all about
The
this.
tank.
No.
Now
I
I'm
walk
worried.
in.
All right, you walk in.
Flippers.
There's
I
gonna
go
be
up
my
to,
next
to the
guess.
go up to the counter
There's a
because
guy
it's
on the counter.
gonna be one of those things at the counter. And I asked the guy if he has the a wasp injection knife.
Oh, I was close. A gun knife.
all right.
It's not a
hold on
gun,
While I look up
but
what the opponent
gun
that
knife.
is.
Please do.
It's one of those, it's
Because
It's not something you shoot and it stabs people. It's
Wasp
something you
injection
stab and then it
knife.
shoots them.
yeah.
Oh, it's a knife that you can boar hunt with.
you could, it was originally designed for killing sharks, but yeah, you can blow up a pig with it too. You can blow up a pig real easily with one of those. In fact, they use it for boar hunting because it stops pig very, very fast.
Yes. Okay.
They usually go around about $600. It's
Yeah,
probably about
he's-
$650,
yeah, he's got-
$680
he's
on
got
the
one.
island.
He's got
I'll
one.
put it on the credit
I'm
card.
trying to figure out what weapon
I'll take
that
one of
would
those.
be.
How many dots of resources do you have? It's a knife that you can enact as a stick of dynamite once, basically.
You shove it into somebody, hit the button, and a little explosion of CO2 goes inside,
basically-
exploding vital organs and freezing everything in the inside.
Imagine you inject a BB gun into somebody. And then fire.
Basically, Dig Dug style death.
It's more
No,
of
you
a- it's-
inject the CO cartridge of the BB gun into somebody.
yeah,
and
sorry,
fire.
alright.
and it freezes everything after it blows it up to about the size of a basketball. So if you put it in their stomach, and any vital organ will
Yeah, like
Basically,
I
Dig
guess
Dug style
knife, and then you
it's
figure
knife,
it out.
yeah, it's
Like,
knife. It's knife and
We'll
probably
play it by
shotgun.
ear.
Okay.
How
Yes.
many dots and resources do you have?
I got three. Wait,
You got 3 dots?
resources. Yeah.
You've got 3 dots. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can just get it.
I put it in my card.
You put it in your card.
Oh, and a little box of
Little box of CO2 cartridges.
No, it comes with 3. That'll be enough probably. But I need to get a little box of fishing weights.
Yeah, that's dirt cheap.
Yeah,
I'm going to
got
get a
it.
box of CO cartridges.
Okay. Yeah, they're cheap.
Okay.
Fishing weights. Okay, you told me about the knife. You didn't tell me about this.
I know they're lead. It's just,
And
they're
a
pieces
fishing
of lead.
rod.
Okay.
We'll
And a
deal
couple
with it later.
You getting like a fancy fishing rod or just some
Collapsible fishing rod. A collapsible fishing rod, some hooks, some
like a camping fishing rod?
yeah, some high tensile high tensile string,
Anybody else getting anything while we're in this
and a box
scuba store?
and a box of CO cartridges. So you see me buying a fishing rod, some high tensile string, a couple of hooks, and a box of CO cartridges while he's buying an exploding knife and some weights.
He does ask to see your ID, and
Yeah.
you've got a license to carry and
Yeah, I
everything,
gotta
so you're good.
all kinds of
I'm not buying any weapons,
No, you're not.
as far as he knows.
He knows what you can do with CO2, but he doesn't care.
He doesn't know
You're
what,
giving him money.
he doesn't know what I can do with a fishing rod.
He hasn't. I mean, you're a mage. He has no idea. What
Exactly.
He has no
bare
idea.
hands. All right. Sure. Anybody else have any stops before you head over to Raz's territory?
I'm just gonna spend some time. Oh, well, how big of a fish hook can you get, by the way?
Oh, they get. You can get them. I mean, the size of your finger. I mean,
Like, can I
Yeah,
get a fish hook?
huge.
The kind
I mean,
of fish hook
deep
you-
sea fishing is a thing
you
around
get,
here.
Yeah.
yeah, you can get one that's about
Like
yay
big
long.
fucking ass.
It's got 3 hooks on it. You
Yeah.
get
I'm
get
gonna get a bunch
one
of
those
those.
3.
Those are what I'm
It's
getting.
almost like a grappling hook except smaller.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, and they're razor sharp.
The most points that I can possibly get.
Yeah, they're nice and razor sharp.
Oh yeah, a couple of those too. Some big ass fucking hooks.
To clarify, I just showed John a picture of a large ocean fishing hook, which is about yay long.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get
It's for shark fishing.
Yeah, that's for.
I'm not going
it's
shark
almost
fishing.
Like yes, we are.
We're going shark fishing.
No, I'm going person fishing.
Shark
It's
fishing.
called-
No, it's Rasputin.
It's called a fisherman, not a fisher of men. But,
I am
you
a
know.
fisher of men.
That has a slightly different context in modern Earth, usually a religious one.
I was about to say.
Yes.
Fisher
You're taking
of
it
men.
entirely too literally.
All right.
I am the Fisher King.
No.
The Fisher King?
If you were the Fisher King, everything would have failed already.
All right.
I'm the King of Fishers.
Anything else that anybody wants to get on the way over?
A ham sandwich.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah, he's been gone for a while. He needs a ham sandwich.
All right.
Just eating rats, apparently.
Oh, that's right. You're not hungry.
All right. You fill up at Joe Atan's cafe.
Yuck.
I like the idea that in the middle of the war march montage, it's like, hang on, two things: fishing shop,
Shawarma?
food.
It's
Okay, back to the war
It's like the
march.
shawarma scene from,
Yeah.
except instead of being at the end of the movie, it's in the middle.
No, it's like you have the wide angle shot of everybody marching down the street, and then two of us go, hang on a second, fishing shop, ching ching ching, food.
No.
Back to it.
It's the wide angle shot doesn't stop. It's just two people on the sides just break off for a minute and come back with fishing gear.
Fishing gear and sandwiches like 3 steps later.
I was imagining something like a combat montage where you're making all these calls for your gang members to all team up and stuff, and then they're gathering all the dynamite. Then he's getting this big threatening knife. Then you get fishing gear. Then everyone's getting sandwiches. Then they're marching down the street.
This is the best.
Back to the war march.
We'll get sandwiches afterwards.
You go and you have a grand old time, and you get to Raz's territory. Unless anybody else.
No.
I wait for the detonations and the sounds of people moving.
Well, where are you positioning yourself first? Raz has a big territory, but a lot of it's kind of ambiguously defined.
Yeah.
Are you going to try? Are you going to wait to enter his territory at all until? Or are you going to get to kind of his inner sanctuary?
I'm going to try and move as close to the tower as I can get without being noticed. Which
it doesn't. Don't worry if we get noticed. Just
with magic can be done.
Yes.
All right. That would be a stealth check unless somebody's got some magic that would prevent you from being a stealth check.
I can make us invisible.
That's true, too. What
I have the power.
invisibility? Was forces.
Invisibility
and,
is invisibility
yeah, I
is
can do that
forces 2 and prime to charge it, and then correspondence to keep it attached to us.
Basically.
I mean,
as long you don't need prime as long as you're actively holding it up. You only need prime if you're trying to put it on an object.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then.
And are you going to make everybody inaudible, Duncan?
Sure. Do that. Same thing, right?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
3 successes.
2.
4 successes.
4 successes.
All right.
We are equally invisible and inaudible.
Now, are you making everybody individually like that, or are you making a bubble so you can still see each other?
A bubble.
A bubble? Okay.
I'll do a bubble for now.
I'll need you to roll stealth checks, but it'll be difficulty 4, and basically I need you to avoid accidentally walking your bubble into
So
somebody.
dexterity stealth. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
I have 3 successes.
And somebody might be getting an emergency call into work in a little bit.
6 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, that'll be great.
4
It's
successes.
going to be a
Oh, wait, hang on.
We got a bunch of people with
5
like
successes.
explosion damage.
Yeah.
Morgue might be getting more work, but
5 successes.
And that means I don't know where to put Strafonio. Great.
Leave him on his own. Leave him to his own devices.
give him a Dasmine.
Yeah. Give
Give
him
it a
that.
turn.
Give him a turn.
Don't know.
And I love how the DM says no.
Don't do that.
No, don't.
I mean, I won't stop you, but I'll tell you not to do it.
Tarn can put him in an anti-magic bubble or something.
A Tarn can do lots of things.
Yeah, don't give me
Tarn will do
Tarn can probably unravel his brain and take the multiverse with it.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
And it's something he would probably do.
All right.
Just to see if he could.
You might just have to call out of work.
But there's people dying!
Or you could create a clone of yourself and send that to work.
Ooh, we got life.
I've already got a tiny little part of my senses off somewhere in a mountain.
You don't need it.
You know what?
Buy a
You don't need that
child
anymore.
leash.
and attach it to Strafonio, and then just like tie him up outside the hospital.
Leash the madman.
Give him a cup.
You think that'll hold him? He just turned a ham sandwich into a pig.
I think one of the best tricks of Prime and
I want to know.
Matter.
By the way, as we're approaching the tower, I want to know if there are any of his Raz's guards like on a rooftop as we're passing by.
That's going to be perception, and if you're actively looking, perception alertness. Difficulty 6.
I think one of the best tricks of Prime and Matter is just making an object not modifiable by other mages.
For success.
She's like, this thing in particular, you can't do magic on it.
Alright, you don't see any.
Alright, just 4 successes.
You don't see any of Raz's guards.
Cool.
So you get to the center.
This is
central
supposed to be his
area.
territory, right?
Yep.
Why isn't anybody around?
Any number of reasons. Most likely one is he's trying to set an ambush.
Alright, you'd
think if he was trying to set an ambush, he would make at least one person stand out so that it wouldn't feel like there was an ambush.
Or Esmeen is already attacking his forces, in which case my distraction will simply hurt him even harder.
Or he knows we're coming.
That will be why he set an ambush.
Yeah, knowing
That's
that
okay.
would be the ambush part.
So you're about 2 blocks out before you get to like his hardcore area. Is that when you're going to set off your kaboom?
Yeah.
Send out a signal. Boom.
Time to move.
So, what's your attack plan? You see a bunch of people scrambling about in this area.
Do they all seem to be heading toward the explosions?
Some are, but you see several are taking cover and throwing down some what were like concealed barricades to be like drop down, sit behind the submachine gun kind of thing.
I mean, they can't see us. We can just walk right past them.
I think it'd be more fun to just follow me and get the barrier with me. And I will start to, you know, the sequence in every spy movie or Assassin's Creed game where you just get the wide pan shot of people disappearing.
So I'm gonna tell you why that's a terrible idea. Because unlike video games, they can see each other.
Yeah.
Can they? Are they all looking in the same direction?
Yeah. Well.
No, because only idiots do that.
They don't know that we're here, so
That's fair.
they're
Let's
looking
keep moving, let's move
everywhere.
up.
Not
Yeah, they set up guards so that no one is by themselves because that's how actual security works.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we can just go
We
through
just
the,
walk
we can
past
just walk
them,
past
we're
them if we want
invisible.
to.
Pass and,
All right,
but we have,
you have to what?
let's go through the front door.
Sure.
Try to open it.
So you go up to the front door.
I mean, we don't need to. Is there a window? This is an actual tower? Like, what is this building?
It's a 3-story tower, and it looks like a building. You know how they have those
Is it like a lighthouse or something? Or?
You know how they have those like specialty shops that are kind of have this facade. It's like a store had a facade of a wizard's tower on it.
Okay.
So it's got the homages, but it's not just straight up a tower. It's a 3-story building though, and it is kind of cylindrical.
Are there windows higher up?
There is a balcony at the top, and there are windows, but they are barred, so you can't see
Okay,
them.
the balcony's fine. So I'd like to use forces and correspondence as I unpack my fishing rod. Flick it up. I'm just going to use forces and correspondence to guide the hook, the large 3-pronged like grapple like hook, up to the balcony and tie it around.
How big is your invisibility bubble?
Big enough that they can't see me, and if they can see a fishing wire, like fishing wire is almost invisible.
Yes.
And a hook like yay big.
Yeah.
Well, the hook is pretty big, but anyway, yeah.
The hook's pretty big, but it's
They're not-
moving
they're not gonna see
quickly
that.
at a
Yeah, they're not gonna
distance.
see that,
Like
yeah.
Okay.
big enough that they can't see the rod or me.
All right. What are you doing with this?
So first one, I want to see if I can get it
Yeah.
wrapped around the balcony.
Cat. That's an easy spell.
1, 2, 3, 4.
One of you would matter. Might want to reinforce the.
5. Well, let's say if I.
Yeah,
That was what I was gonna do once I cook it. Like 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I make it.
Okay.
So once it's there, someone could reinforce this for me. I say pointing to the wire and the to the
Yeah,
wire and the
right.
reel.
Okay.
Nice.
4, 5,
Yeah,
6.
that thing can be used on an aircraft carrier to stop planes.
All right. If everyone would like to hold on,
Roll this. Okay. I'm gonna go
grab onto the rod, and I'm going to use forces
Just
to
reel up.
reel us up.
All up at the same. Okay. Sure.
All right.
Hang on to this.
Yeah.
All right.
Apply some force.
Rotational force on one object is relatively simple.
Yes.
Well, I can use forces to just lift us up too.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
you
use
use
forces
forces to make
too.
everyone lighter.
To make it a bit lighter. 2, 3, 4,
1, 2,
5,
3, 4, 5,
6.
5.
Wait a second. 7.
5.
I'm getting tense.
You probably, I mean, as light as you were, you probably could have done this with your hand.
Yeah.
But
I know. It was fun.
Kind of do it this fashionable way, even if nobody can see it.
If we can see it, that's the important part.
all right, you are on the balcony.
Ting. After you, I say to Akuma.
Pops his neck. All right. Let's go then.
Can we open this? Is
Is
it a window
this
or a door?
or a
what?
window?
Yeah.
Get up the
it's-
balcony or.
It's glass French doors, but you'll notice that the curtains are drawn, so you can't see inside.
So, let's open the door. Are they unlocked?
I'll let you all go first.
Just go.
I say sailing.
Well, okay, French doors. It's double
French
door.
doors open out.
So, one each, and just open up and charge in.
Just slide the door open.
It's locked.
Is it locked? Good.
Okay. That's forces. Unlock.
Forces to unlock it, or forces to make there stop being a door?
Just unlock it for now.
All right, roll me some forces.
2,
I do like that Faust hasn't had to do any magic so far.
3. 3.
Fishing rods are very useful.
You try to weave magic into the door, and as you try to affect the door, it just stops your magic stone dead.
Like I said, private matter. This thing can't be done magic on.
Okay.
Basically.
Dynamite.
It's made of glass.
Okay.
Like if I just apply force, does it feel like it's been superior reinforced?
I hold up the fishing rod. This is made of wire.
Yes. That's why I press into the glass. Does it feel like it's been reinforced, or is it just glass?
Feels like glass.
See if I can elbow through it.
Just pop.
All right, roll me strength athletics.
It's gonna be loud, you know.
That's okay.
We're already in.
You're in a, you're in a bubble.
We're there.
We're in
Oh yeah,
bubble.
we are in an audible
We're
bubble.
still
Right.
above them.
4 successes.
Ow, that hurt your elbow.
Reinforced.
I have a crazy idea. I say, pulling out
Dynamite?
pulling out some bits of metal and handing them to our security expert. Could you pick the lock?
Yeah, I can pick it the old-fashioned way. Pick it the old-fashioned way. We'll try it. See what happens.
This is an old-fashioned lock too, isn't it?
Dexterity.
Oh yeah, it's like this thing would take a skeleton.
Dexterity subterfuge would be the.
Okay.
Before you do that, real quick, roll me perception alertness.
Okay.
I have a crazy idea. Let's pick the lock. I know. Magic.
2, 3, 4.
That's kind of the amusing thing about mages is sometimes the simple solution just goes out of their head.
It has a pin.
A pin.
A pin. So if you know how the door downstairs has the pin in it too, in
Yeah.
addition to the lock that you can't unlock from
yeah,
the outside.
right.
It's got one of those.
Well, if we unlock the door and then...
Even if you unlock the handle, like
Yeah.
you can turn the handle, but the pin will still be
keeps
holding
the
it.
door holding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is there enough space between the doors for a wire to get through?
If we
It's a well-made door.
push, no, I mean it's going to have to be.
I mean, the question then becomes: he reinforced the door. Did he reinforce the tower around the door?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, anybody with Prime could sense magic and see that.
I can. I will sense magic. Or
You can both do
you
it.
can both sense magic.
I have mine.
I have Prime.
Roll me Prime and Arete. Sensing magic is like one of the easiest things to do with Prime.
I succeed.
How gloriously.
For 5 successes.
You succeed gloriously then.
3 successes.
So there is this entire top level of the tower has been reinforced. So the entire top story.
But not the story below.
This whole thing has been reinforced.
Not the story below, that is correct.
The
Turn the
balcony
top-
is story below that.
You just have to turn the top story into the bottom
Could I
story.
unravel
But
that?
the top is where Rasputin is, right?
You can certainly try.
Like, how powerful does it
yeah.
look? Like,
Very.
how difficult would it be for me to unravel? Or at least just around the door. Not the whole thing, just the door.
Unravel is Prime necessarily, or is it
Yeah, unraveling
It's
is
Prime.
Prime? Yeah.
Yeah.
The man who wove this is a much stronger mage than you are.
Alright. I can't unravel it.
Well,
You could.
Like, you could try, but...
Not gonna waste quintessence doing that. I'd much rather use quintessence to homing missile a fish hook into somebody's throat than this.
how reinforced are we talking? Are we simply needing a much stronger blow, or will nothing break through this?
What if we hang down one level and break through the wall?
That is the-
on
that
the
is- that
second,
is
on the
second
second
option,
story.
yes.
Yeah, just
Or-
go through the wall. The second
I
story.
mean, an ICBM would probably do it.
Nothing that we have.
Or go higher and come from above.
We can always do that.
Which would be a lot cooler.
Like a Mission Impossible.
We could just break through the second. We could just break through the second floor.
Is there like a
Yeah.
is there like an obvious point where we could break through below it, or
There are no windows on
No
the
windows?
story below.
you'd have to Spider-Man through the wall?
I
We
mean,
can do that. We can just hang down.
I
the
will
wall. Yeah,
like
to the wall.
press my hand to the wall on the like just below the balcony, just if I can reach with my hand,
Can I tell how
And-
far it stretches
and-
down?
and use forces to try and figure out where like a wall leads into open space on the other side.
About a foot below the balcony.
You'd have to get on your belly.
Well, no, because you have to.
I can probably sense, even if it's reinforced, where the wall leads to open space on the other side on the second floor.
Yeah.
Right there.
I mean, you can tap it and know where it's, like... Because it's... it's not stone, it's wood.
Yeah.
Like, you can tap it and you can hear, oh, this is a wall. This is a...
This is a hollow bit of
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will sort of indicate a spot where we can just rappel down with the fishing wire and then burst through.
Yeah.
Okay? With the world's sturdiest fishing wire.
Yep.
Yeah,
Magic.
magic, yo. So hook the fishing line back on the balcony,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna hand it to Akuma.
You go down there.
I will.
Break through.
Your turn, Indiana Jones. Just jump off and swing towards it.
I don't even need to do that. I just kind of like rappel down to that spot and then just kind of press my hand right there, close my fist, and then just 1-inch punch through the wall.
Alright, roll me your 1-inch punching skills. Give me some dough.
Yeah, let's do some dough. In fact, I'll do forces to make it punch harder.
But yes, that is the correct answer always.
One, two, 3 successes. And then apply punching.
Apply the punch.
Well, I imagine, yeah, the forces you'd be using would mostly just be to
And,
make sure you have
So
something to actually push
up
against.
there. So this is very likely going to draw attention from
That's
the
okay.
guards. If
Yeah.
you guys want to go ahead and deal with Rasputin, I'll handle anybody that's coming up the stairs to help him. That's why I have the fish hooks.
4 successes on the punch.
Alright. Yeah. Alright, so... Nobody outside can hear the shattering of wood or see the force that did it, but they see that there is now a hole in the wall,
Yeah.
That's okay.
and
We're
general panic begins to set in, but people in here seem to be a bit more disciplined, and they begin rushing into the tower.
So, let's quickly get in there. You guys go up. I will stop them from coming up behind us.
Sounds good.
So they got a perimeter guard that's staying outside
Yeah.
to keep people out, but they've also got a force going in.
So what does it look like when we get inside? Swing it, everybody reel the thing back up, swing back in.
Alright, so this story looks like storage room for stuff.
Okay.
Pretty basic, nothing exemplary.
I'm gonna, is there a very obvious, this stair goes up, this stair goes down?
If you look across the room, there is an entry to a spiral staircase that goes up and down.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're heading in the same direction then.
Yeah.
Head over the stairs.
Spiral.
You guys go up.
Okay.
Alright, you run up, and there's a trap door above you.
I'm gonna be messing with the staircase.
Okay.
Because I'm staying down to keep people from.
What you gonna do to the staircase?
First, I'm going to make the I'm going to make the staircase for 3 floors below me.
You're on floor 2.
Second.
There's 1 floor below you.
Oh, there's only 1 floor.
It's only a 3-story
Okay.
building.
So all the stairs from here down have 0 friction.
Excellent. I like it.
Ascend these stairs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Warning, this may prove paradox when people start being like, "What the pony is going on?"
Oh, that's
the
fine.
physics don't apply anymore.
You know.
I'm just gonna use Prime to lock it to the staircase until I want it to not be that way.
You do
Fishing
that.
rod, greasing stairs. I feel like you're just going full magical Home Alone.
That's
here, basically.
Essentially.
that's what trash magic is.
Yeah.
And I will pull out like some alcohol and like pour it down the stairs so it looks like there's some. Like that's how I'm casting it. It's like I'm pulling out a bottle of liquid and just like dumping it on the stairs so it looks wet at least.
Okay, I'll buy it for now. Until things start getting crazy, you can just roll your paradox.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes to make the stairs have no friction.
Yep. They're certainly frictionless.
And then I'm going to start, and I'm, what does it look like is in here, in the storage room?
Lots of boxes on, like, they're not on pallets because you're on a 2nd story, but it's so, lots of cardboard boxes. There's some various paraphernalia, some occult-looking stuff, but sort of like trendy shop occult stuff, if you know what I mean.
Okay. So while people are busting their faces on the stairs downstairs, I'm going to be going through boxes and see if there's anything that might be useful to slow them down further.
All right. Go ahead and search.
That's just what I'm doing while
search
they're
me up.
upstairs.
While that's going on, what are you guys doing about this trapdoor above you?
I'm assuming it's locked.
It's locked.
Yes.
And reinforced.
Probably.
Yes.
We can just knock
the
on it.
bubble includes this.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys doing? There's a closed door above you,
Yeah.
and this is a very cramped stairway. Who is at the trap door? There's room for 1, easily 2 cramped at this trap door.
I don't know who went first.
Probably the 2 of us.
Yeah, I guess. We'll try to.
It'd probably be better for one of you to take the lead because if it's cramped, then having 2 of you would just lower your ability to fight.
Well, I should go up and work on the door, and then
Yeah,
if it gets open, you can dive through.
Yeah.
You can run through.
Let him open the
But
door.
yeah, I'm just trying to open it, and it doesn't work. Okay, so what kind of lock mechanism can I figure out?
Your
like a
suspicion
bar?
is that it's bolted from the top and that there is no external lock.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Can I knock on it and see if he answers?
You know?
I don't know.
That's the
Just
Tyrell
asking a
approach.
question.
I mean, this
I know.
is.
She was
You,
up
you
there a
are
minute
there,
ago.
Torel.
Terrell was here a minute ago.
Sorry, I'm also dealing with a child.
Yes, I know. But
This is also a trap door. This
I know.
I feel like this cannot be as well seamed against the floor as the French doors were against the wall and against each other.
Well, no, that's
we can try it, I guess. I don't know.
You also don't have my magical fishing rod. So
We don't have.
It's still a door. It was made to seal like this.
Yeah. Right.
You know.
Well,
And
it just has
what
to be pushed
physical
up.
materials may lack, magic compensates for in terms
Nah.
of sealing this.
Well, I'll just try to push. I'll just try to push it open just to see. I don't know. what
Yeah, I mean,
kind
you
of
put your force into it. It's
resistance.
it feels like you're pushing against an iron bar.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna try forces to see if I can move the bar, or
the entire upper
Man.
floor was enchanted.
I'm sure.
Sure, yeah, roll me a
Still,
force.
but
I mean,
but
it
I'm
doesn't
in the,
hurt
I'm
to
in the
try
middle
it.
of the thing now instead of it's a different.
It
part.
might hurt
I'm
to
gonna
try
it. It might hurt trying.
It might hurt to try it.
It might hurt to try. Well, 2 successes.
Well, then you'll
I
learn
guess that's not
something.
gonna work anyway.
Yeah, it feels the same way
Yeah.
that you did against the lock. Your
Right.
magic goes out and it reaches the
Stop.
door and
Okay.
stops.
Okay, so while he's doing this, Charles just gonna go knock.
Okay.
All right, you're
He's
small
gonna-
and lithe. Someone slips between you and knocks.
Okay.
How do you knock?
Is there a knocker?
By applying nothing.
No,
Oh,
but,
no,
but
it's a
like,
trapdoor up top.
give me
It's
your
just
knock pattern.
The same one you had before.
It's
One,
not.
2, 3.
All right. Roll me. Everyone can roll me perception awareness. Perception awareness.
Well, you guys are still inside the silence bubble. I might not have heard it.
Pardon?
You're still inside because the silence, the
silence
invisibility
bubble.
bubble's on me. The silence bubble's on him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, the three of them would have heard it then. All right. So you're hearing all this ridiculousness going on the stairs, and you see somebody huck a rope into the hole,
What
and
hole?
it latches onto something, and they start climbing up it through the hole in the wall.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's fun. I'm gonna go make that rope have no friction.
All right, roll me your.
I'm just gonna go grab another bottle, pour it down the rope.
There's a drunken wizard.
I mean, also it's alcohol, so it's flammable, so if need be.
Oh yeah, no, that comes next.
Because he has his lighter.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right, and what did everybody get for their awareness?
3.
3.
3. 4.
1, 2, 3,
Um,
4.
Knocking seemed to
Five.
have triggered something magical.
5 successes.
That could
I
be
see if
good.
it opens now.
It doesn't. It's sort of like, you know, when you put the wrong code into something, and it like into a
And it goes,
thing,
eh.
and it goes, eh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You get the magical version of that in the back of your head.
Hang on.
Somebody who can detect magic well might be able to get more information.
Hang on.
I can detect magic.
So what are you doing?
5 successes to
Go
pour
ahead.
alcohol down the rope and make it slippery.
I have a theory.
Yep. The guy slides down. They look at the rope funny, and then there's people inside yelling, and then you overhear them talking about this, whatever this liquid is. And so, 2 people put their hands up, and somebody steps in their hand and reaches up and jumps up and grabs the thing, and people start climbing up that way.
Which way? Stairs or door?
Door.
Door? Okay. Or stairs or hole?
Yeah.
Hole?
Sorry.
That's fine.
Just kick
Make
the
the ledge
thing.
frictionless?
No, just kick it.
No. Because they still can't see me. I'm going to go over to one of those heavy boxes that has a bunch of stuff in it. By the way, I rolled 5 successes on my search.
You haven't had much chance to search, but it's mostly kitschy, like
Okay.
occult stuff. You know, there's crystals, oils.
That one. The one that has crystals and oils in it.
Well, there's one with crystals, one with oils.
Both,
The
thanks.
oils.
I'm going to make them frictionless with the floor and push them out the hole
Okay,
onto the heads of the guys that are trying to climb up.
sure. You're full on magical Home Aloneing it.
Fantastic.
That's why I'm here. I'm like, it's really easy for me to do these simple
Just a
tricks.
wizard.
So it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What do you got for detecting magic?
I got 4 successes for detecting magic.
All right. So the bubble is one thing, and then there's a separate spell of some kind on this door, a seal.
5 successes again.
That there is some sort of key pattern to unlock.
Can I figure out what the pattern is? Anyway?
That would be a much more intricate spell. You can roll me that. How many dots in prime do you have?
3.
You do the shave and a haircut?
Yes.
It doesn't work.
Oh, so.
I considered briefly before starting this, like, nah, let's not do that.
That was going to be my next attempt, too.
Alright, yeah, you can roll me again.
I was like, if that worked.
Difficulty 7 because you have to use all 3 points of your prime to try to investigate this one more closely.
5 successes, 2 frictionless boxes.
Alright, the first box hits somebody who's just about to get up, knocks them off, and it shatters below in an explosion of geodes and crystals. And then the next one flies over the edge, and they're covered in oils and all sorts of other things.
Good. My third step. Pull out third bottle of alcohol. Shove rag into it. Lighter. Toss.
Seems fair.
So,
If they're flammable.
Molotov cocktail onto the pile of people below.
Roll me your... Are you... I'm assuming you're making this more explosive than it
Oh
is.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Alright, what'd you get?
3 successes.
This is a movie Molotov cocktail.
Roll me...
See, the thing about it, movie Molotov cocktails are more explosive, but real Molotov cocktails catch more stuff on fire.
Roll me...
I mean, this is the best of both
Wits
worlds.
Occult.
It explodes like a movie Molotov cocktail, but it's still an actual Molotov cocktail.
The movie ones just go like grenade going off, like boom, and then real ones just kind of spread flaming alcohol everywhere.
What's my target number?
We're gonna go with 6.
Yeah, movie ones are just essentially fancier, glowier caltrops, really.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Yes.
All right. So this, you're kind of trying to figure out the pattern, and you recognize it references a number. I presume you knock it.
Yes.
You knock the number 6. Give it a pause. Knock the number 6. Give it a pause, and then knock the number 6.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
As opposed to a Britney Spears
Okay,
song or something.
so I got 7 successes on the fireball,
That's
which
a really
means
long
that
pattern to
everyone
knock.
down there
I'm
has
knocking
to
upside down.
try to absorb 14 points of aggro. Sorry, plus 1 because it's forces. So that's 8. 16 points of aggravated damage.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, no, they're not making a trip to the hospital.
The morgue's gonna have good business.
And then I go back to the stairs and see how they're playing.
All right. So as you're turning around, you've actually incinerated a section of the wall.
Oh, downstairs?
Downstairs, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
like, and the support beams. There's a loud creaking, and the floor shifts slightly.
Oh, that's one way to take care
walk
of it.
back
Let's do
towards the
that.
stairs.
And if the tower falls over.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody downstairs.
Let's take the tower down.
I mean, did the trap door open?
Yes.
You all heard an explosion,
This,
by the way.
this third floor
Yeah.
might not care about gravity. It might just remain floating as the rest of the
I don't think they
walls.
care about hearing an explosion. I think they care about feeling it.
I mean, you also felt the explosion.
We filter into the third floor.
Well, we go to the first, yeah, go up to the first floor.
I'm heading to the spiral staircase. Are they making any progress heading up?
Yes. So they.
Or did they suddenly realize that something blew up at the front door?
So that's happened, and then there's some whispers going on, and so you're standing looking down.
Yeah.
You hear a tink as something bounces off the wall up towards you.
I would like to send it back rapidly.
Let's initiative to see how quickly you can respond
Sure.
to what is
Let's see.
coming towards
Initiative is...
It's a grenade.
Towards the grenade.
D-
yes.
D10 plus your wits and dexterity.
That's right, that's right.
Either a grenade or something worse.
Nice, nice. 17.
Yeah, you don't have time to identify the small metal object coming at you, but
I don't care. Jump back down. Basically, I just want to make whatever it ricochets off of next, change the angle of ricochet reflection so that it bounces back down.
Return to sender.
all right. Roll me perception alertness.
Just I just picture with the tennis racket just serve back down.
7 successes.
Roll me a separate initiative check.
15.
Okay. It tinks and does nothing, and out of the corner of your eye, you see a second metal object flying from the hole. Out of the corner of your eye, coming towards you.
Oh. Then I'm just going to go up the stairs.
Time.
You cannot run up the stairs faster than this grenade is coming at you.
Oh, well, can I make it?
Yeah, you can do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because you rolled enough to see it.
Yeah.
And you beat their initiative again.
Yeah, I guess I will. Actually, no. I'm going to use. I want to actually speed it up so it goes past me and down.
Down the stairs.
Correspondence redirected path.
Yes.
How about me?
Yeah. It goes that way. So basically, I see it coming in. I lean back and just go. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? They're going to be really confused and need to live through this.
Welcome to Home Alone. Hour alone.
Yes.
Gallagher alone.
Yes. Keep
1,
rolling,
2,
keep
3,
rolling.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, you This one explodes. This one explodes.
In their faces.
Yes. All right, so you're up. You walk into this room. Forel, you've seen this before, and it is a classic-looking study. Big double poster bed, bookshelves, alchemy lab, a table full of odd esoteric items, etc., and it's empty. People, that is.
Shucks.
Take your time. I'm having a blast.
Literally.
Yeah. Like,
3
honestly,
by now.
at this point, he hasn't received the first grenade yet, the fake grenade yet.
Okay.
Like that took them a minute to coordinate.
Would it take Prime to figure out
I'm
what
just
kind
imagining
of
the
magic, or
reactions
is this a no?
downstairs.
Or do we have to
Prime would
figure out-
identify the magic.
There's no fake one.
Trying to figure out what kind of magic.
Fake
We
one.
might want to take this
Real
place
one.
out.
Why is
It
the real one
might
over here?
bother them a little bit just to tear this place up.
We should also look for anything useful that you might have left behind.
Sure, do that first, and then don't leave anything.
Yep.
All right, so what are you doing?
So we search.
Tearing through the room.
We just tear through the room and see what we see.
Aren't you glad I decided to stay behind? Now you guys have time to search through things
Yes.
while I'm fucking with all of his goons.
So what are you searching for?
What's useful?
I'm looking for probably magical sign of him having left, which I'm feeling probably more my awareness.
Like a dimension door.
Yeah, I mean,
Something like.
because I can't see just the mana itself, but any residue because he's a wizard and he likes to do spells traditionally. Any ash from a teleportation spell or anything like that might be
Oh,
left
he's
behind.
a high magic paradigm.
Yeah.
You've seen him teleport before. He like waves a wand,
Yeah.
so he wouldn't leave anything behind.
The person who can sense Prime could probably tell.
Can you find out where he's gone? If
If-
he's left him here.
Can I?
Roll me a prime
Okay.
to detect some magic.
What's
Prime
my
is really useful.
Rudy,
It is.
It is.
you have time?
Yeah.
2 or 3?
2.
Can you figure out past maybe when he left with 2?
Yeah. Yeah, you can look back.
I'll try to do
Can
that.
you look back and
You
see
can
when,
look back.
he left?
You can look back with one.
Oh, okay.
3 successes?
It's just kind of be a matter of you're gonna have to like hit several points and sort of see when he is here and when he's not. 3 successes.
Yep.
So much magic has been done in here. So much magic. In fact, it's hard to pick up any one thing because this room is so ridiculously magical. Like, the power of the random thing sitting on the tables is ridiculous.
Okay.
There's a
Let's think of
skull
magic.
on the table that is emanating more magic than you've ever seen in your life.
including Tarn's place?
Well, Paradox is a different kind of magic.
I don't know that she's ever rolled Prime to sense magic in Tarn's place.
This is also true.
No, I haven't.
I don't recommend it.
I did. Outside it.
Yeah, and you were like, oh no!
Nope. Never go in there.
I can't figure it out. There's too much magic here.
Well, the traditional way then.
3 successes.
On time?
Yeah.
Alright, how far back are you looking?
I
Presumably.
it's only been a few hours since
you.
he left the.
Yeah. When were you here last? Do you remember?
Last night.
Last night.
So
It's been
anytime in that framework.
about 18
then.
hours.
So anytime in that framework.
Let's say,
I mean, the problem is you don't have 18 hours to spend watching 18 hours of pastime.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well.
I mean, you can speed it up.
You can.
Just scrub through it.
Well, it's scripted with that.
But that would still take,
Well, 2 in the
like, you still have to kind of have an,
morning.
okay, am I looking back to 9 this morning? Am I, where are you starting?
What time is it now?
In the morning.
It's 2
2 in the
p.m.
2
afternoon.
p.m.
A nice
So in the morning.
a nice mid-afternoon murder.
Probably within the past few hours,
Yeah.
just to start
Like
out.
5 hours back.
You start about 5 hours ago?
Yeah.
Alright.
that
2 out
sounds-
of 10.
You see, no one's here.
No one's here.
You're gonna go back further?
Yeah.
Alright. You pop back, you just go back and hit every hour. The last time you see him is he is leaving with a young lady named Torel at his side.
So he hasn't been here
So
since.
So he hasn't been here since last night.
Yes.
So he knows we're onto him. And he
So
left.
we're gonna cut from there. Hi, Dave.
Yep.
Oh, you can do
Don't
it.
worry, I'm not making any more work for you.
Anyway.
No one's surviving.
So where are you heading?
don't take
Where are you going right
3
now?
He's got plenty of work.
Back to my apartment
Not
where
really.
hopefully things can be more sane and I don't have to,
Can't
dealing
identify
with
pile
this
of
guy
ash.
doing
Can't
magic in
identify pile of
public.
ash.
All right.
Yeah, we gotta do that like 20 times.
You managed. Roll me manipulation expression to try to
Palantir
get
in
him
afternoon,
to
killing
follow
more
you
people than Akuma
properly.
has killed in the past 4 years.
Oh, no,
Okay.
not quite.
Difficulty?
Difficulty 8.
Ouch.
Nothing.
No successes.
Zip. Nada.
All right. So you start walking, and
A wash always sucks.
Strafonio.
Was that were any of those ones?
It was a 2 and 2 5s.
Okay, good. Not a
I did not
botch.
botch it, no.
Strafonio just starts wandering off in random directions repeatedly, and you're concerned he's going to get himself arrested. Because he'll just walk into the street, or...
And if he gets himself arrested, he'll just disappear and go somewhere else.
Or kill the police officer.
Probably accident.
Or turn it into a
No, he
pig.
doesn't seem like the kind of person that would accidentally kill someone.
No, he turned it into a
Accident-
ham sandwich and ate them.
He would just accidentally teleport them to Cambodia.
Roll me intelligence. Is there any sort of geography?
I mean, either academics or...
Yeah, academics.
It would probably be academics for me because I'm not familiar with the area, but I've probably read it up
Why
and
was
looked
the
up.
first place that came to mind for you Cambodia?
academics or
Because I thought of a random
You
place.
can either use
Boom,
you can
Cambodia.
either use streetwise or academics.
Yes, the place where one of the greatest massacres of history took place. One of several, but still.
I just thought of a place. Just randomly. Whoa. Difficulty?
6.
Okay, 4 successes.
He's redirecting you towards the clockworks.
Oh, good. This will be fun.
Ah, wonderful.
I'm just going to...
And he, like, with that many successes, he seems to be doing it intentionally.
Hey, you got some place in mind? You know this place?
What place? This planet's very strange. It's full of meat people.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to planets full of not meat people? The Modrons are a particularly fascinating group of not meat people. Not very fun at parties, though. Don't try doing balloon animals for them.
Haven't been to many planets at all, actually, but There was one not meat person I knew, but anyway. So, where exactly? You seem to be trying to go somewhere specific.
Am I?
You just kind of seem to be wandering off in the same general direction each of these times.
Strafonio's instructions were vague. What is Strafonio doing? Why is Strafonio doing? How is Strafonio doing? When is Strafonio doing?
I don't know what terrifies me more: the idea that you have no idea what you're doing, or that you do know what you're doing. It's very confusing, and it's a little bit terrifying, if I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Spam! Invention of the ages.
Yes, this island is full of it.
Ooh, spam! Deep fried spam sushi!
Sure, we can deep fry some spam sushi. Just let's get back to my apartment where things are like, a little bit more sane.
No! We need a live tuna for it.
I'm imagining that he did just find a random brush and is just pointing it at him.
Sure, why not?
Picked it up off the street.
We need a live tuna for this.
Yes! Follow me! We're going to, fishing shop. Where's the fishing shop? He begins walking.
I'm going to direct him in the exact opposite direction of the clockworks. There's one this way.
Do you actually know where a fishing shop is? Or you phone one or something?
I'm
You
going
have
to
a phone. Fishing shop in this direction.
I'm just going to start going in that general direction and then try to subtly look up and see if I can find one in that general direction.
It's not hard. You don't have to be subtle around Strafonio.
Yes. First priority, get him away from the clockworks. Anything else is just a secondary objective.
Okay. Yeah, you walk into a fishing shop. And the guy's there. Yeah, what can I do for you? So
I would like a wasp injection knife, please.
it's a teenage girl who looks very bored with her job, and she hasn't gotten off her cell phone. She hasn't even looked at you.
That's probably a good thing for her sanity.
It
given
is definitely a good thing for her and you and Strafonio.
Yes. You know what? I think... Would I accrue paradox if I just a little bit of mind magic to just increase her apathy a little bit more, just in case something goes wrong?
Absolutely not.
I'm going to do that, because that sounds like a good idea right now.
You reach and you turn the dial down from almost empty to completely empty.
I am out of caring.
1, 2,
I am into negative caring.
4, 5. 5 successes.
I have to not care about something important before I can care about something minor again.
Yep, she's certainly playing with that phone.
Nice. Okay.
Strafonio is gathering some deep sea fishing gear.
Deep sea fishing gear.
Yes.
A
You know what?
fan of large hooks that you can spear a man on.
I'm going to make sure that he's not grabbing anything, too massively dangerous, like exploding knives or man-sized fishing
He
hooks.
then begins arranging the fishing hooks on the table, separated in a number of inches equal to Fibonacci's series.
Let him play with it. It's
That
fine.
keeps going, though.
Yeah.
Yes,
He can do
and
that
so
for a
does
long
he.
time. That's good. Just let him keep doing that.
I feel like this shop doesn't have like 127 inch. I just.
Yeah, no, he'll have to go outside the shop in a minute.
But it keeps him busy.
I'll let him organize and arrange things, and also just sort of let him waste his time on that. Also sort of try to pay attention to how much money this is, because I kind of don't want him to make me go broke.
He's just wandering about when you hear the ding of the door open.
I look over.
A man walks in.
Is it Tarn?
No.
Is it
Okay, good.
No. A man with silver hair and a stylish hat that's flopped back to a slight point. He's wearing what could either be construed as a long jacket, but almost could be robes and over a black jumpsuit. He waves a small metal rod at the woman at the counter.
Oh boy.
Who immediately falls asleep. Ah, yes. If you could come with me, please. He says, looking at
Excuse
Strafonio.
me?
He's coming with me.
And how do you know him exactly? Just wondering how you've met.
Let's not play games. You're trying to use him for the same purpose I am.
Did I see Rasputin at any point? No, because I didn't. Use?
Look,
Excuse me?
don't make this a wizard's duel, unless you want to. He says, pointing his wand at you. Has been a while.
I've just been around some very confusing people lately. If you could just give me some straight answers, please.
Yes, I'm going to take Strafonio. And if you want to stop me, I
Because I'm the
challenge you
exact
to a
opposite
wizard's
of a
duel.
wizard at this moment.
I really should have guessed from the hat and... You really do like going all into this whole theme, don't you?
Is there any other way to do it?
Yes.
Yes, actually, there's many other ways to do it. Things that are a little bit more, subtle.
They're all wrong.
I know a guy that taps a pipe with a stopwatch to make AC units fall on people.
Look, it does not... I'm a busy man. I have lots of things to do. And I can only imagine that my home is being ravaged right now. So, could you play this out?
He has no idea how badly his home is being ravaged right now.
No, he does. He knows Akuma.
You should.
Yeah, Akuma's not the problem.
This would have occurred with Akuma eventually anyway.
It's not on fire, so...
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is!
So yeah, that's
outside.
exactly what Akuma would have done.
It's just on fire
Just the
faster.
This is true. It escalated a lot quicker than it would have with Kuma.
No, with Akuma it would have been a slow dismantling of his forces first.
Now it's a quick dismantling of his
Fork
force.
up to Strafonio to the
So,
fact that this guy's
do you
rotating.
accept, or you're going to hand me Strafonio? Really, I'm fine either way.
Wizard's Duel.
Yes.
Really? It's the 21st century.
So?
Not in my head.
At least he admits it.
Can I meet someone who actually lives in the 21st century?
Wait, if it's a duel, can you nominate a second?
What exactly is a wizard's duel?
Simple.
I'm guessing there's
We
rules.
square off, and we stand, and one spell at a time. One of us takes the offense, one takes the defense. Once you've completely countered the spell of the opposing wizard, it is your turn to take the offense, and they take the defense. You do this until someone either gives up, becomes incapacitated, or dies horribly.
Yes, because dying mercifully would just be overrated.
It is.
That was intended to
Do
be...
I look like a man who is not all about style?
Is there any specific location for this? I imagine we don't exactly want to do it in public here.
Why not?
Because what if someone else walks into the shop?
He waves his wand, and the door locks. They can't see us from the outside, by the way. I've already attended to that.
And I'm guessing you've already dealt with the security cameras and anything? Any kind of security whatsoever?
This is a fishing shop.
Yeah, security. Gotcha.
Well, he's holding up his wand
Still a
again.
shop.
Is there really no other way to do this?
None that I've picked, and I'm in charge here. So,
Mage's Duel. So, taking turns casting spells until one of us suffers some horrendous fate?
yes.
Just casting spells.
Yes.
He wouldn't like Akuma's approach to a mage's duel.
Ah.
Or Galadier's.
How far is he?
He's at the entrance of the shop, about 20
Akuma's
or
approach is, hi.
10 feet.
How is Strafonio reacting to all this?
Strafonio is entranced by the fishing hooks. He's not Fibonacci series them anymore. He's begun trying to. He's pulled a piece of paper and he's trying to write out pi.
Strafonio,
Not yet.
do
Nope. Almost there.
do you know?
Almost there.
How many places does he know pi to?
Not very many if he's almost there.
Fine. Wizard's duel. By the rules that you stated?
Yes. All right, and we will return from that in just a moment. Quick break. And
Because forces does a fuck ton of damage.
we're back.
We're back.
So, Rasputin
Because forces that's an
holds
extra
his wand.
success for damage. Which is why that went from 14 to
too
16.
fast.
I sort of
Listen up.
loosen up, get ready. All right.
Oh. How trite.
You agreed to the rules as you stated them, which did not agree at some kind of a time limit.
Legalism at its finest.
He is a doctor.
What can I say?
He is a hack doctor. I've spent many a year abiding to the letter of the law.
So, either you can forfeit, you can let me go about my business,
Or
or
stay here all night.
you can simply stand around, wait until all my friends rip every single atom of your tower apart, and then eventually come back here and find me. They'll find me eventually.
We will.
You have made one vital error. You assume I'm a man of my word. He waves his wand.
Block.
Hi.
Botch.
It's gonna be a lot of damage.
Botch. 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 Turn yourself inside out.
I want to see this botch.
Turn himself into a pig.
It's not a lot of successes.
I want to see this botch.
You feel a force enacting itself upon you, moving you. What are you doing to try to stop it?
A force moving me?
Yes.
Like,
You feel like you are being given momentum.
so I'm being just force pushed, basically.
Sort of. What are you going to do about it?
My immediate reaction is I'm going to try to use life and matter to hardy myself up for it and then just try to roll with wherever he tries to throw me.
Okay. Roll me some making yourself hardy. Turn yourself into a, turn yourself into Colossus, basically.
That'll work.
Yep, works for me.
How many points of matter do you have?
Hmm?
How many dots of matter?
2 dots of matter, 3 dots of life.
Sure.
That's only 2 successes.
All right. Well, you can add 2 to your stamina to absorb being thrown through a wall.
Gotcha.
So why don't you absorb some damage?
Yeah, I'd rather absorb this damage.
Did he use forces for that? Did he use forces for that?
Yes.
You don't have to roll for damage. Number of successes plus 1. What's the number?
Okay, I got it.
It's a number.
If it's it applies the multiplication table though, so depending on how many
Let me see.
successes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Where's the multiplication table?
So it's if it's one
Okay.
success, if it's 2 successes, it's times 2. If it's 3 successes, it's times 6. If it's 4 successes, it's times 8.
Ouch.
Or sorry, not times 8, but it's like so. 2 successes is 2 levels of damage. 3 successes is 6 levels of damage. 4 successes is 8 levels of damage. 5 successes is 10 levels of damage, and 6 plus is number of successes times 2. You get 1 extra success if it's forces.
So what do you? So what do you roll to resist?
6 successes?
That's several successes. Take 5 points of damage as you are expelled out the back wall about 50 feet and you land in the water.
So you're mauled. Forces, like I said, forces don't play.
How far away are we from where I know they were going off to? I wouldn't really...
A couple miles from where they said they were heading.
Just call up and tell them where you...
Yeah. Abraca cell phone.
From your wet pocket.
Well,
Yeah, you're in a beachside shop and he just knocked you into the water.
You have to fix the phone first.
When I hit the water, I'm gonna try to matter drain out. It's salt water, though, isn't it?
Yeah, the ocean is salt water.
I mean, you can use
Right.
you can use matter matter and correspondence to.
I don't have correspondence. I have life, matter, and mind.
Oh yeah, no, that's fucked.
Use mind.
You don't have. You don't have. You can't. I mean, you could use mind to try to contact us telepathically.
Telepathic cell phone.
Without correspondence, that'll be difficult. But can I try for it?
Sure.
How many dots in mind do you have?
2.
You can't hear them back, but you can send a message.
Okay.
Mind telepathy requires mind 3. If you don't have
Like,
3 dots in mind.
mental speaking does, but you can shoot a message at somebody for 2, I believe. I believe telepathy is like full-on conversations.
Yeah, telepathy is mental conversation. The ability to speak and receive.
Yeah, so I'm just going to try to go ahead and shoot a warning.
Now, to clarify, the biggest problem with this is it's also you're just shouting out a mental thing, and anybody who has mind could pick it up.
Yeah.
Anybody who has mind, that
I just want
includes...
to let him take Strafonio and go get a new phone. Better him than, the other 2.
How many
No, but
How many people are there nearby? Anybody nearby?
Thankfully, it's not tourist season, so there's not a ton of people on the beach.
No, I kind of wish there were people nearby. Somebody borrow a phone from.
I mean, you could run up to the stores and borrow a phone from somebody.
You can go back to the store you just got flung out of.
Yeah.
Use that later.
I'm just gonna get back up and run back out.
You run
up
back
there.
into the store. There's no one in here except for the girl who's sleeping behind the counter.
But she has a cell phone.
You have to go in the front door because the wall has repaired itself.
And the front door's locked, isn't it?
No.
Okay, good.
Because he left that way.
Borrow her phone.
Steal her phone while she's
There's
asleep.
pi written out to about 72 digits.
And a bunch of fish hooks all over the place.
A bunch of fish hooks everywhere.
Yeah, I'm...
Heal yourself and call the combat team.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and try to contact them.
How?
You know what? I can explain this if things get... Yeah, I'll just take the phone and try to contact them.
How?
Is there another phone?
There is a phone.
Yeah, her phone.
Do you have their numbers memorized in the 4 days you've known them?
Could I roll?
You could mind to recall, or you could use intelligence.
Like I would that be like intelligence
it would
research
be
or academics or something, or not academics, but,
Intelligent. I think there's a memory check.
or meditation, or
memory is intelligence.
Wits and intelligence.
Wits and intelligence.
Yeah, the intelligence wits sounds right. Intelligence wits.
okay.
But you're trying to remember a 10-digit number exactly. So
Trying to remember
eight.
one of 5 of them.
Yeah,
One
that's
of 6
that's
really, because
6
also
numbers that can
Garrett.
get muddled together, though.
Yeah.
Or you
So-
can use you could theoretically use mind magic to
perfect recall.
To perfect recall.
Yeah.
That's a lower dot than telepathy.
Yes, that is also too.
And that would also be more dice for me because I can.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll use mine to see if I can do that.
Tar's not super far. You bet he has Corel's phone number.
Probably also Akuma's, honestly. All things considered.
He could probably get anybody's number he wants.
Nice. That's 5 successes on mind to try to recall.
You can see your phone and all the contact information on it.
I think I'm the most recent person that you called at least as of like yesterday.
You can get any other numbers.
I think I'll. You know what?
Who do you think is in the middle of a fight right now?
I think I'll go ahead and call you because you have the most immediate access to dangerous resources and stuff.
Fair.
So Yeah.
So while everyone is tearing through everything, and Akuma is just in the eye of the storm, his phone
So
goes off.
you're sitting there, phone goes off as you know Terrell's. This massively magical skull is bothering you, and you know.
Answer. Hello.
Rasputin. He's at. I'll go ahead and just give out the address basically for where he is.
Where he
Was.
was.
Or where he was, yeah.
He just took.
He's got Strophonia now.
That would explain a few things.
Let me guess, wasn't it the tower?
Nope.
Well, now we're gonna have to go track him down.
It's being dismantled right now. I feel like one of the places he might go is to try and stop us at some point.
Yeah. Also, something unsettling is that during the whole time that I was with Strophonia, he seemed to try to veer towards Tarn's place. I don't think he was even realizing it, but I think Tarn may have some kind of subliminal influence.
Are you really shocked?
No, not at all. I'm just saying that it's there. And that, well, it means that two of the most dangerous people on this island are after the same person.
3. Remember Esme.
3. And now with you, 4. So
Everybody
yes.
is dangerous on this island.
And he probably counts as one of the most dangerous too, if simply for the fact that I have no idea who he is or what he's doing. So basically, yes, bad news. And some change of plans.
Okay.
We'll finish dismantling this tower and see if...
You hear the
We don't have
explosion
time
grenade
to-
go off.
This tower will finish dismantling itself shortly.
Yes. Need to get to Strophonia fast.
Come downstairs, get out there with like mirrored sunglasses, and just see fire reflecting in the sunglasses.
Some people just like to make the world burn. It's unnervingly quiet downstairs.
Are we
Oh,
getting
wait, no.
more stuff to take out of here, or are we just going to blow the place?
You can't see downstairs. Spiral
Anything
staircase.
you don't think will hurt you if you take it out.
Can I hear people screaming in pain?
No, that stopped.
Okay, they stopped screaming in pain.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
I'll walk
they're
upstairs.
not after us at this point?
I mean they're dead. They're either dead or
Well, I mean,
regrouping at this point.
They're regrouping or
I'll head up
something.
the stairs.
Gallagher walks upstairs to join the rest of you.
This tower might not stand much longer. We should probably leave. I go over to the balcony and unlock it.
The 3rd floor would probably be fine.
I don't. Can I tell that from the reinforcement?
Probably.
If everything
It-
else falls
it's
apart,
not-
this might just
You
fall
suspect that
down
the tower could be removed and this would stay exactly where it is.
Probably, but do we really want to be here?
Where else is Rasputin going to go?
Elsewhere.
I mean, he has to come back. Well,
All of his things are here. Everything that he so egotistically went to through the effort to create is still within this tower.
right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, exactly.
I pull out a stick of dynamite.
Well,
So
I
it would
mean,
make him really mad if it all went away.
I don't know how much you could detonate with that, but we can certainly try.
I mean, I've got 6 sticks, so I mean,
We start dumping dynamite on the floor.
I've got
You
it
just
all
put
right.
everything
Okay.
in a pile.
Just throw everything into a pile, put dynamite on it.
You can only reinforce things so much. The walls might stand, but the things inside probably not.
Especially since
I mean-
reinforcement magic might interfere with other spells and enchantments being put on them.
Torel, that skull is powerful enough magic that it probably won't blow up.
But everything
Okay.
else.
Do you say
I'm just saying, telling you so you know that.
Okay, she's gonna examine the skull. Can
You
I
pick
tell
it up,
what
stare it
is?
in the face, and you hear in your head, "Ah, it's been so long. Hello, my name is Yorick."
I'm just gonna take a quick glance
Is it
around and
else
see
here,
what's
or just
magical
her?
in there.
Hello?
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
What are you talking to?
Okay, we're talking to a skull.
This thing's talking to me.
For Yorick.
Ah, glad you don't think you're mad. Don't worry, you're perfectly safe. Hi. It's been ever so long. That Rasputin fellow, such a dreadful bore.
I'm priming it up and looking around.
Okay.
Wow. Everything.
Well, 5 successes.
The skull is the most magical thing in the room.
Can I tell what's magical about it? With 5 successes?
Spirit.
There is a whole lot of spirit going on.
Like a person's spirit attached to the skull?
Yes.
You're holding a dead person.
I gathered.
Yeah, that's a skull.
No, like an actual dead person attached to it. There's a soul attached to that skull.
I'm kind of getting that, yes.
She's talking to it.
Is he going on about how I'm dead?
Yes.
Everyone gets fixated on this point. I came to grips with it centuries ago.
Is the conversation interesting?
Are there any
Not really.
Are there any talismans in here that could be used?
So it doesn't look like there's any super usable magic items in here. It seems much more like curiosities and things.
So no talismans or anything.
No.
There isn't anything like supremely useful in here. So let's blow it up and get out of here.
Take the skull.
Yeah. Charles gonna ask the skull. You happen to know where Rasputin keeps or kept a diary of Strifonio the Mad?
I don't have eyes.
Okay, just wondering. I just throwing it out there.
No, all I know is what that braggart wanted to talk about. He didn't even do so in good style. Now when that one man owned me, he could rattle on in style. William, miss him so.
Shakespeare.
Oh, okay.
How?
Sorry. No, okay. Okay, well, you're coming with me.
Can't be worse than where I am currently.
She'll shove him in her bag.
We start piling dynamite in the room.
Okay.
Let's blows.
What's your exit strategy?
Out the
Down.
balcony. Actually,
No, let's go. Oh well.
I can make us fly.
Sure, we can. You just hover down. Let me just.
No, not hover. Fly.
I know, but we're gonna have to go the invisible route if you do that.
We are already invisible. We still have a sphere of invisibility around us.
Okay, let's do that.
I'm going to lock the flying effect onto all of us.
All right.
Because flying is forces 2+.
Yeah.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 successes.
Yeah.
We can now all fly. So, dynamite in the middle of the room.
Light the
Pull out my lighter.
fuse.
Just use the fire of the lighter to light all the dynamite sticks.
Yep.
And then let's beat it.
Are you going to amplify the explosion?
Yes.
It's like 12 sticks of dynamite.
Yeah, but it could always be flashier.
It could be an ICBM.
It could be an ICBM. 1, 2, 3, 4,
You don't have
5,
any dragons
6,
to kill. This
7,
Actually,
8.
yeah.
Have a tower destroyed.
I mean, that's a yeah.
1, 2,
That's a lot of dynamite, by the way.
4, 5.
You do realize that one stick of dynamite will take out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we wanted to know what we did.
Make
so-
sure you're very, very, very far out of the blast radius.
Well, we can fly, and it takes a while for the fuses to burn down. When it burns down, though,
just
in addition to the
just
normal
gonna
damage that TNT will have, it will have an additional 10 points of aggravated damage.
Perfect.
So
We should keep one stick for later.
sure.
And we leave.
And we fly out. We fly towards.
As
the
you
mission
fly,
There's a
you
boom.
hear a boom and the entire bottom of the tower goes out.
Yeah.
And then you hear a second boom, but you don't see anything from it.
Yeah, of course not.
shop. We Peter Pan our way over to the fishing shop.
Alright, what you doing?
So I'm going to first off delete the call history of, the infamous criminal from the phone.
Roll me intelligence computers.
It's not that hard.
Sure.
Only one success.
Yeah, it's not hard.
One success.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to really quickly make sure she's okay, like didn't hit her head or anything, and if the sleep
She
effect
took
is...
a nap.
Okay, good.
Is she awake yet?
I kind of need to follow Rasputin, or at least try to figure out where he was going.
How?
Just streets everywhere, and could I see where he went at all when I was being thrown out of the building, right?
Yeah!
And he knows how to teleport.
You're having a flying lesson.
The answer is no.
I guess I'm just gonna kind of wait outside the building until people who have time can show up. Or people who have Prime, or people who can somehow investigate what just happened.
People who have prime time.
People show up. Invisibly.
and a bubble wraps around you and you can see them suddenly.
I will actually, when we land, I'm going to unravel the invisibility bubble just because I'm holding too much concentrated magic right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just
Under the sound, too.
They walk out from an alley or
I
something.
unravel the fly spell as well. What's up?
Well, I'm guessing Rasputin's tower is gone?
For various degrees of gone.
It will be soon, at least.
I mean, it's gone.
Okay.
It just depends on...
The upper floor is still around.
It also depends on how you describe... How do you... What percentage of a tower has to be gone for it to truly be gone?
Alright. Can we figure out where he went? Somehow.
What happened?
Alright. He showed up in this fishing shop after Strafonio wanted a tuna. Anywhere that wasn't the clock shop worked for me.
Why didn't you just summon a tuna?
Anyway, you're trying to keep
magic.
busy.
Also, I wanted to distract him somehow. It seemed like getting fishing equipment would be a safe thing to do, but then Rasputin showed up, challenged me to a duel, and threw me through a wall.
Let me guess, you tried the I attack first and don't actually attack trick.
It was my only option at the time.
He is a doctor.
I don't think any of us.
If he had tried to attack him.
To be fair, I don't think any of us would have lived through a duel with him.
I mean, you don't duel him.
No.
Exactly.
You throw
There was only
Frankie the
one of me. To be fair, I didn't have another
Strafonio gets mad
choice.
when Frankie
Can we
dies.
figure out where he went? I was a bit too busy getting thrown through a building.
I will...
How long ago was this?
Give us a time frame?
Give him the exact time.
It was just...
That's the exact time your cell phone stopped working.
Yep.
Alright, time. Time vision!
I could do this if I wanted to, but I'll let them do it.
He does it better than I do.
3.
5 successes.
You get a beautiful shot of Dave being thrown through a wooden wall.
I chuckle.
Ow.
I chuckle, he says ow at the same time.
You then see Rasputin walk up, grab Strafonio on the shoulder, and wave his wand, and they both vanish.
By the way, 4 successes to heal these injuries. I've been kind of distracted.
Yeah, you go up 4 steps.
Cool.
Can I... I know I can't follow him because I don't have enough dots in correspondence, but can I throw my vision after him with correspondence?
Good.
You don't know where he went?
I mean, through like back in time through the teleport. I've got prime correspondence.
Prime.
I don't know if I can do that, but like sort of attach my vision to him.
You can try it.
Or to him in the past, I should say. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to spend some quintessence to lower the difficulty. Lower it by 4.
I have a very bad feeling all of a sudden.
Watching the gears turn in your head is most amusing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 successes.
Alright, so you attach your vision. He steps through, and your vision is cut. He entered somewhere that blocks magic.
I'm
The tower?
going...
That would be one place that does that, yes.
He probably teleported back to his tower.
Which is collapsing.
That we exploded?
Yeah. Or someplace else that blocks magic.
Someplace incredibly magical.
Wouldn't-
There's one place we know of.
Wouldn't
In this land that
the
does
time frame
that.
of him teleporting be before we had
Yeah.
detonated everything? And
Actually, yeah, no. So
There's only 2 possible places that are so anti-magical. Either that little room that we found Strafonio in, or the clock shop.
The clock shop is not anti-magical. It's ridiculously magical.
Yeah,
If
the
he
clock
had
shop
gone
has
to
different
if
effects.
he had gone to the clock shop, my eyes would have inverted.
Feeling a lot of hatred for the clock shop.
Do I have
I like the function.
do I have any idea of where he
I
could
don't
go if
mind
it
the
wasn't the
clock
tower
shop.
because we were there when he would have teleported?
Anywhere he could have gone.
That would be that would have that effect.
He didn't leave the island,
Yeah.
but that's about as much as you can tell.
I can tell he didn't leave the island, but there could be any number of places that have an anti-magic field over them that we wouldn't know about. If he were to go back to where we found Strafonio, why would he have gone back there? What's there?
Presumably Strafonio's key.
Yeah,
Also, he would have
that's possible. Yeah.
It wouldn't be anti-magic. It would only stop scrying because he teleported there.
Strafonio's room we could not find. So
We can try that then.
Strafonio's key is the thing that is needed to open his journal.
How far away is that?
Presuming, of course, that the key is not him or some other equally esoteric
I think
thing.
Rasputin would want to look there at the very least.
Somewhere in the mountain.
Yeah.
It's.
I mean, time-wise, how far? Is it?
What do you mean time-wise?
How long would it take for us to get there?
Oh, to walk to the tunnel and everything.
To wherever we found Strafonio. I wasn't here when you guys found Strafonio.
Yeah.
You're not far from the mountain. It would take you about an hour, but I don't know if you want to go back through that route. You could also teleport there.
I don't have 3 dots of correspondence.
Also,
does anybody have 3 dots
where
of
do you have
correspondence?
that? Where do you have that
That's where I
skull?
was going to put my next item.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like in
Let's go.
her bag.
Yeah, you need,
Oh, okay.
you need 3 dots of
Okay.
correspondence.
Okay, then
to
yeah.
teleport.
So I'm not going to call you out on killing somebody.
Yeah.
It's about an hour
So
away
all
to the
women keep in
entrance.
their
Well,
purse.
But-
take a cab. It's
Keys,
quicker.
cell phone.
I mean,
But none of you know the trick to light the bush on fire to open the door.
We can fly there to get there faster.
When I tied the string around my finger, did it just kind of... What happened exactly?
You tied the string around your finger. You resisted some sort of mental intrusion. You heard a sigh in your head, and then the bush lit on fire.
Mm-hmm. I heard a sigh in my head.
That
Meaning,
skull, does he have any magic himself, or is he just just a
Skull?
spirit?
Yes, I found a skull.
It's some,
did you find it in someone's head?
No,
No.
No,
Believe it or not, I didn't.
They were just on a
kill
desk.
anyone.
Rasputin,
Okay.
Rasputin found a skull
Yes.
of significant power with a spirit of apparently an old Englishman attached to it,
His name is York.
and he used to hang out with.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Could I use my talisman? I don't know if I could. This is up to you. But could I use my talisman to re-spark the teleport spell? Like, is there enough essence of the teleport spell left behind that I can re-trigger it? I can't trigger it myself, but maybe
It's been
he
about
left enough.
30 minutes. No.
Okay. Yeah.
If you were like running after him and he popped out, you
Yeah.
could have. But
Well, either we've just lost, or we go to the only place we can think of and try to figure it out.
There is a third option.
What would the third option be?
How again did you find us, Dave?
What do you mean?
You seem to have wandered into hell itself long after we did. How did you get in?
There was a note next to that bush that I heard from Yaren was ignited to get through that cave. There was a note from Esmeen that basically said to tie a string that it had around my finger, and lacking other options, believe me, I did look into them, I did so. After resisting some kind of mental intrusion, it opened.
I don't think it takes a chess master to see who the third queen on this board is.
I really don't want to ask Esmeen for help.
Do we have
I'd
no
rather
choice?
go to Tarn.
I asked Tarn that very question because I was trying to figure out between Tarn and Esmeen who the lesser of two evils was. I stare Torel right in the eye. Tarn admitted to being the far, far worse of the two.
Yes, but Tarn's goals, at the very least, are not immediately opposed to ours.
He hasn't
as
killed my
means
son
are.
yet, so.
Just because they're not immediately opposed to ours doesn't mean that if we do his bidding, it won't come back to bite us
No,
and
very,
the rest of the
it
universe.
very likely will. But I'd
Asmines
rather...
are also not necessarily immediately opposed to ours.
Asmines are, in fact, immediately opposed to ours. We are here to stop her.
No, we're here to stop Ethivores.
I've been waiting
I.e.
for this.
her.
She is not an Ethivore.
No, but she wants to bring Ethivores. She wants to collect
I don't
Ethivores.
think she does.
No,
She's part of the Chaos Lotus.
she serves her own purpose.
I don't think she's part of the Chaos Lotus because she is tied to the Ethivores in any meaningful way or wants to see them triumph.
That literally doesn't
I
matter.
believe she's more using them.
We don't
That's
have...
not a better option.
Do you have a better choice?
Tarn.
No. That is a far worse choice.
Understanding that it's me saying this, I'd rather take help from Tarn than Esmond.
I'm fine with either.
You don't make good decisions. You are a proven bad decision maker. You have a track record of making poor decisions. In this world and the previous.
They haven't killed me yet.
They almost have! Several times!
In this long-running game of chess,
Giant Medusa Demon!
We took care of it.
in this,
I took care of it, yes!
in this long-running game of chess, I would much rather work with the queen whose directions and moves I can predict than the knight who has spontaneously shifted across the board and decided that he would rather not be a knight, but suddenly be a bishop, and then a rook, and then a pawn, and then a queen.
Okay, then predict Esmine's move.
Esmine will work with us to retrieve the journal, and then attempt to take it from us once we have it within our grasp.
Okay, what will Tarn... and that is better than Tarn, who may make a silly puppet afterwards.
Who may...
Make a silly puppet of Tarell, which I still don't
And
see as
you.
a bad thing.
and everyone else. Who may decide that that is the perfect moment to
You say you
detonate
don't
all of that
see that
built
as a bad
paradox within his home.
Giant Medusa Demon!
Who may simply decide to detonate all of that paradox within his home because it makes him laugh.
I love the moral dilemma you have in front of you right now.
Do we even know how to contact Esmine?
I don't know. She's contacted me.
Contacted. Is this that thing you weren't talking about earlier?
What are you talking about?
One of you has at least the ability to mentally shout.
She can't get into our minds because we have the dog tags.
Yeah, also that. We have a thing specifically designed to
And we
stop her
probably
from
don't
getting
want
into
to
our brains.
Let her
No,
into
we
our
can get
minds.
to her.
Why don't we get both of them and let them fight each other?
That sounds like a
The
bad
paradox
idea.
in that house.
Yes, I know. That paradox in that house targeting Esme.
I think
And
that would
every-
involve taking the rest of the island
And
with us.
everything around it.
You know
Sounds
what?
like a really bad idea.
It is! Unfortunately, there's been a chain of really bad ideas that have gone on prior to this that have led us to only really bad ideas as a solution.
It's not all my fault.
It is 95% your fault.
No, it is not.
It's only about 60%.
Thank you.
I honestly think we need to contact Esme.
Or, the third option that nobody seems to be considering,
We go back to the mountain and piddle our lives away until something bad happens.
No, we already found.
not the mountain specifically, but if it's a strong enough anti-magical presence, and
It's not
If it was made by rats.
It's not anti-magic, it's anti-scrying. If it was
anti-scry,
anti-magic, you couldn't teleport there.
is there some kind of a way that we could try to start locating it?
It is very difficult
Yes.
to find what you can't see.
Can you extend my vision to infinity? If you could do that, then yes. Unfortunately, I can only see about 300 feet in that direction. In which case, I have about a 300-foot radius that I can start scouting for it.
We just have to start looking through the island. Because either we can get Esmeen on board, risk her getting the journal, we can get Tarn on board, risk him getting the journal, or we can risk Raz
What about Yaren?
dealing with
What
this
about
for
this
just a
Yaren
little
person?
bit longer.
What about this Yaren person I've heard about, but I've not actually met?
We can get his help. We'll get his help regardless. But
What are his abilities? What does he do?
We don't even know. He's
What?
been not.
Describe him to me. Describe him to me.
he's the police chief.
Physically, describe
The
him to me.
sheriff.
He's a large man with a great sword on his back.
Why does he have a great sword on his
Hold
back?
on, you have to roll me a willpower check.
Who does, me?
You.
He's waiting for that.
Because there's somebody else that uses mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
6.
Damn it!
Perfect for normal.
Do we know what kind of magic he uses?
He has a great sword on his back.
So he hits things.
No. He has a great sword on his back.
Yes.
Yes.
What's the
He
point?
has a great sword on his back.
So?
He has a great sword on his back.
Yeah.
He has a,
So,
This is the most normal thing in the world. He has a great sword on his back.
that's awesome. That's what I like about him.
He's a mind mage.
And spirit.
Let's go talk to Yaren. That's the alternative.
All right.
So you're gonna contact the sheriff.
Yeah, I called Aaron.
You hear on the side. Who blew up the block?
That would be me.
The block? I thought you said you were just...
I'm not on speakerphone, man.
Fine, we'll have this discussion later.
It was kind of a dull afternoon.
Excessive force much?
To be fair,
Does such a thing exist with Rasputin?
He is excessive force.
Yes.
Fine. Is he at least not a problem anymore?
No.
You had one job.
Yes, that job doesn't account for teleporting wizards.
You know, I could be anywhere I wanted to right now, but I chose to be on an island full of mad wizards.
You know where you want to be right now? You want to be where Rasputin is right now. Because Rasputin has Trifonio. And the journal.
That doesn't sound like a good thing.
It's not.
And we can't find him.
We need to find him.
We need your help to find him.
He's gone somewhere that can't be scryed. The most likely answer is Trifonio's cave.
How do you expect me to help?
We need to find Esme.
No, I believe this is not what we agreed on.
He can find, if he can mind reach out to, what's his face, he can find him.
I don't think he can do that.
I can ask.
Do you think you can find them? Because if you can't, we need to find Esme.
I use mind, spirit, and life, and a little bit of forces. If you could think of a way that I can do it.
Strafonio is quite mad. Can you find the madness?
Can you find the sheer insanity of one man?
I imagine it probably screams out across the island.
Even if it's a slow solution.
He's been on this island for however long he has, and no one's been able to find him with mind magic before.
Didn't think so.
Otherwise, your Esmeen would have not had a problem.
Esmeen, unfortunately, is the only one that we found who knows how to open the doorway. Aside from Rasputin.
Well, then how did Rasputin find out?
It's a very good question. He's not here to ask.
Obviously.
Actually!
Yes.
Can I see that skull for a moment? My good friend Yorick.
Oh, someone new. So well spoken, such a gentleman.
I have a polite inquiry for you.
Oh, I love polite inquiries.
Would you be so kind as to inform me how our mutual acquaintance Rasputin managed to find the door deep into the mountain.
The skull doesn't have eyelids, but you feel it blink at you.
I feel like it's something he might have prattled on about.
I have no concept of what you're asking me.
Fair enough. Did the old man Rasputin at any point begin to ramble and prattle about his pride upon locating an ancient home of a powerful madman long sealed away?
Rasputin was barely ever in that drafty room.
Unfortunate. No conversation whatsoever.
He came in and generally received visitors there and then left.
Where did he go?
I'm a skull!
I was hoping he might have told you at some point.
I'm a skull.
Yes, but you've spoken to Rasputin.
Rather, I've had Rasputin wax poetic at me in front of visitors to impress them.
You see my point?
Yes. I don't know. Why don't you go talk to one of the various collectors he's spoken with?
Collectors?
Yes, he's... Oh, don't tell me you don't know. Oh. Rasputin is the greatest collector of magical artifacts in the world. He has told me several times.
Yes, but has he told you of any of the collectors in particular?
Oh, they all have ridiculous pseudonyms so that no one can find out.
One of them
who they
named
are.
Tarn.
Ah, he's spoken of Tarn before. Never heard his voice myself.
I thank you for your time and your conversation. I'm sure we'll have this more often.
Oh, please, bring something better.
Hearing one side of a conversation about Tarn is always a very unsettling thing.
Thank you.
Are we still looking for Asmin?
Likely, yes.
Did you actually hang up the phone, by the way?
No.
Okay.
Are you done talking to a skull, from what I understand?
It's the skull of Yorick. It's a long story.
You know, the last world I was on was very nice, peaceful.
Yes, and now you're on this one.
Yes. It was a nice place.
Do you want to go back there after we're done?
Maybe.
Well, first let's find...
I don't know, they
Rasputin.
had a bit too much warfare there. They seem to celebrate it far too much. The Bant are a little bit insane in their own way.
Well, let's go see what we can find, shall we? The skull doesn't know enough. Rasputin liked to speak to a lot of collectors. Apparently he talked about Tarn a couple of times.
Would you like me to go talk to Tarn?
Did you hang up the phone by this point?
No.
Excuse me? That is the worst thing you could possibly do.
Well, then you'd better help us find Esmeen quickly, because that's becoming one of our only options.
Or Rasputin.
Or Rasputin, if you can find Rasputin.
I don't have a
Go
chance
back
on
to
that.
Tarn
I
eventually.
might be able to
Sounds
find
like-
Esmeen for you, I suppose.
We've got three options to pursue.
Give me
Esmeen, Tarn,
Right.
or Rasputin.
Give me an
Do you
hour,
still
I'll
have
see
the
what I
key?
can do.
An hour?
Now what key?
To the box that she left us when we first went to the mountain.
We...
Do you want to go see what's in that box while he's looking?
It's
I've already
not
done
there.
that.
You don't have the key, by the way.
okay. Oh.
You look
No,
for it.
you have-
he has a
Oh,
key.
you have
You
it.
have
No, he has. She
I have- oh.
never stole the key from him.
Oh.
Oh,
No,
okay.
but she also has a key.
She duplicated it.
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
Unlock the box. What was in the box?
Stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Just stuff.
This is the...
Now,
I
now
just-
is- now is the
I
time
just
for that information
detonated.
to
I
come
just detonated a tower. So if you wouldn't mind being a little bit more forthcoming,
Maybe if you weren't such a jerk to me.
Demon Medusa.
to You're not helping your case. Now would be the best time for that information to come to light.
Please.
There was a book.
What was in the book?
What was it again?
It's a book entitled On Ethivores.
Information about ethivores.
Anything in particular?
It's only a few pages. She didn't give me the whole book.
What purpose does that serve?
A teaser.
That's precisely what she wrote in it.
We've got an hour to see if we can find anything on our own before Yara gets back to us.
We should
Still
run
on
the
the
contents
phone.
of
You
that
gotta say
book.
goodbye and hang up.
Good luck, Yara.
Your battery's about dead.
You'd already hung up on you.
The first step is we should run that book past the diamonds, just to make sure that we all know what we're fighting here a little bit better. Any information is good
You
information.
just get off the phone with a diamond?
No.
Oh,
He's
yours
not a
yours
diamond.
not diamond?
He's independent. Just
And
like
also, the contents of the book. If it's anything we don't already know, it's good information.
Okay. Well, it's back at my place, so I have to get it.
Alright.
we can be there very quickly if you'd like.
You don't live far from here. Strophonia have been leading him towards the clockworks.
We know
which
more
is
about it.
conveniently next door.
Yes. I'm also thinking I might need to get Kai from Tarns
Probably a good plan.
after information has come to light.
If things get bad, have absolutely no doubt that he would be willing to use him as a bargaining chip. So that's probably the best plan.
Yes. Yeah.
You think Tarn makes bargains.
I don't think he makes bargains. I think he just kills people when he wants to. Which is worse.
Alright.
Mother of the Year.
Oh, shut up.
So,
Alright. Tara will go to Tarns first to get Kai.
are you all going together?
No. I'm not going there. Fuck that shit.
I will go.
Are you all going to her place?
No.
Okay.
No.
So who's going with Torel and Akuma?
For the sake of them not being the only two going, I'll go. Just to make
Because-
sure that
Yeah, I think.
world-ending secrets don't get traded.
Because we're assuming that we're going to need to go back into Strophonia's little hiding place, I'm going to go ahead and head to the mountain and see if I can't figure out a way to get in there before we need Asmine's
Good
help.
plan. If you can track it down, if you need a tiny little drill to go somewhere.
I mean, actually,
It's still
see if you can send the drill to the hideout.
I
Do you
mean,
know kind of where it is?
did we really know where it was? I mean,
No. If
Because
you were
we found- we were
standing there
putting-
again, you could. But
We sort of have a better idea of where it might be.
you got a better idea, yeah.
yeah,
This will take a while to get there.
I could start redirecting it there.
Yeah.
It's a slow. Again, we still have the slow burn solution on the table if we don't.
If it can
Deal
get,
with
if
Tarn
it
and
can
me.
find the location, we can follow it. We can't
Yes.
teleport there.
Yes.
So, the three of you go to Tarns. There's a note on the door that says, "Out for ice cream." Be back at, and then there's a
turned
little
your son
clock
into
that
ice
says, "We'll be back at 3 o'clock," and it's like 2:35.
Okay.
Matter to see if there's still people in there.
Sure.
Sound the same way I
I
could-
believe the note.
I mean, probably, but at the same time, just in case. I mean, I don't know. 2 successes?
Okay, yeah, there's no one there.
Okay, just making sure.
By the way, life would be the better one for that.
Probably.
Actually, yeah, using life, there is some sort of living entity in there
I'm gonna tackle you in 2 seconds.
on the second floor.
Yeah.
Just one though, and it's a weird life. It's not normal.
There's still someone in there.
Something.
Someone or something.
Something alive.
That's
Some-
probably just
Oh! Yes.
Chair?
It's a lawn chair.
It's the
I
chair.
don't want to know.
Don't.
I don't.
You really don't
It's
want
not
to
really
know.
alive.
Yeah, it's a vampire.
That's why I said it's giving you a weird signature.
You really don't want to know.
He turned someone into a chair. Got it. That's the kind of thing that Tarn does to people, of course.
people he doesn't belong.
No, I'm fairly certain he would just do that to anyone if it amused him.
He absolutely will.
In his exact words, he just wants to watch the world burn. His exact words, not mine.
Good thing you weren't there when I
Well,
was.
that's why I'm trying to get my son from him.
Good.
So you do anything while you're waiting for him to get back from ice cream?
I
I
mean,
mean, we can go over to my place and get the book,
Okay.
and then go back and collect
Alright,
it.
so you go and the two of you see this book. It's a nice leather-bound book. It says On Ethivores.
I will flip through it.
You open it up. It is got the first few pages, then it's got a chapter in it that begins delving into how exactly Ethivores go about consuming things. Esme, or Toriel, you'll notice that there's more in this book than there was.
I flip through the chapter and begin to read.
It's dense. It uses terminology that you have no understanding of, and some of it is referenced in other places, and you're able to kind of figure it out, but you feel like a lot of the information in this chapter makes assumptions about a certain amount of knowledge of the reader that might be explained in later chapters, but it gives you some ideas of the way that, like, raw essence is transferred from one being to another.
This is something that I'm already a little bit familiar with, just not on the grand scale that at the
But
moment
the thing
is.
is, the way that they do it is completely foreign to you.
Yeah.
It's not comparable to any sort of magic that you...
Pretty much like the rule books for this game.
it's like you're trying to read the spell description of a system you don't know. Maybe
It's like if somebody handed you a deck of magic cards and said, go, Fake, tell me what these cards do.
And you weren't already familiar with that.
Yeah, you weren't familiar with magic at all. You could probably parse some of it out, but it'd be like trample. What the pony does that mean?
Megamorph. What?
I'm guessing you're as lost on this terminology as I am?
It's something I can parse, but only because I've got a certain level of prior knowledge, but everything that I do have knowledge on in related to these things is approached from a completely different angle by Ethivores.
Gilda or one of the others might have more practical experience with, at the very least, knowing more about the boundaries between worlds and what's going on
I
here.
feel like Strafonio might be one of the few who really knows how to parse this.
Well, we have to find him first.
How long do we have until... What time is it now?
It's taken you about 30 minutes to get here, so you got another 30 minutes.
Wait, what? We don't have enough.
Wait, no.
It was 2:40.
It
it
was
was
Oh, you're talking
2:40
about,
when we came back.
him getting back. Yes. Oh, yeah. Tarn should be back any minute now.
Okay.
Let's go to the door.
As you're walking out, you see Tarn walking down the street with Kai by his side. Kai has an ice cream cone. She is happily licking.
I stashed the book.
Ah. As soon as Kai sees you, he runs over and jumps to give you a giant hug.
Oh, yeah, she
With
hasn't
one arm,
seen him
because
in
he's
like-
got an ice cream cone in the other. Ice cream cones are really important, and you can't just waste one by, double-handed hugging somebody.
Especially not when you're 10.
Goodness, no. Ah, I hope everything went all right with you.
Mostly.
Well, it has been a pleasure watching your son.
Thank you very
He's
much.
been very well behaved. Can I be of assistance in any regard for you?
Potentially.
Excellent. This is precisely what I like to hear. How can I be of service?
You like to hear that there are potentials.
I like to hear a great number of things.
Well. Do you like ruining other people's plans?
He just gives you a wry smile.
Because
Is this a good idea?
There's a very annoying,
could
very
include
pompous
ours.
wizard whose plans could
Is
very
this a good
easily be
idea?
ruined.
Oh, Rasputin,
Yes, it is.
the
It's
collector.
the best idea.
How intriguing. What do you want me to do? You've already destroyed his, meeting point. Do you want to actually get to his collection room?
Yes.
Esme wouldn't know that it would help us with that.
And, pray tell, what do you intend to do with this collection room?
Kill him. Burn it all. For fun.
Burn it for fun.
I don't know. I'm curious to see what's in there.
Anything useful might be taken, yes. But I think most of it's just going to be used to degrade him.
So what you're saying is if I would help you get into this room, the contents would be mine.
Within reason.
Reason and I are not friends per se.
That's a good friend of mine, though.
There's one thing we're looking for. You could have the rest.
And what are you looking for?
Something.
Very, very, very
Something.
particular item.
Yeah.
I'm going to
We're not going to get
mind to
anywhere,
see if
right?
I can detect if he's trying to read our minds.
That's excellent. Please do. Yeah.
It'll stun you for a minute and I'll be able to talk freely.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 5 successes.
Dave has a seizure.
We're looking for a book. A very particular book.
As he's just seizing on the ground.
That doesn't belong in
I
this
was
place.
just looking at my mind, basically,
You were looking for his mind in your mind.
and I found it. Great.
Not necessarily.
I found it.
You don't know what you found. You're just...
You're currently comatose.
Yeah.
You currently have no idea of anything.
That was a bad idea.
Yes, it was.
Because
No,
I'm
it was the
alone.
best idea, and I'm very glad that someone tried it before this was over.
Yes, we're looking for the journal that does not belong in this world.
Oh! Is it Strathonios or Aranas?
Either or both would be preferable.
Interesting.
But yes, we want those.
Great, now I don't know about that
We
either.
want those, and the rest of his material wealth and magical wealth is yours to plunder.
Yeah, you can keep that if I can read this journal. You can have it. I simply desire to know the contents.
Everyone wants to read it.
Everyone does want to read
It's
it.
because reading it is how you get the power from it. The book is meaningless.
Everyone does want to read. We get to read it first.
Can I trust you?
You know me.
I wasn't asking.
You can trust me.
Excellent. Then, I look forward to working with you.
I don't say this quite often, but I actually do look forward to working with you.
Meet me in my parlor when you are ready to go.
Wait, call Saul and say, hey, new meeting place.
He heads into his house. To the
Call
shop.
here and say, never mind.
I will go use life to try and wake Dave out of his seizure.
Yep, nope, that ain't working. It's about a minute before you wake up, Dave. You're not exactly sure what happened, but you're on the ground.
So I don't know that I even tried to...
No.
Welcome back to consciousness.
What just happened?
You had a seizure.
Do I know that... I don't even know that Tarn was there, do I?
You do.
Do I?
Yeah, you remember talking to Tarn, and then you woke up on the ground.
What did Tarn do?
I don't know, but you started having a seizure.
What did he not want me to know? What did you not want me to know?
I did not want you to know anything. You just started seizing.
You must have made a stupid decision.
if I were to hazard a guess, your thirst for knowledge that you don't need to know got the better of you.
I thought the entire reason we were in this world in the first place was knowledge. Also, like you're one to talk.
I know the boundaries of what I need to know and what I don't.
Yes, and I taught them to you.
No, you didn't.
I seem to remember a lich. Before then, you were a very different person.
Oh no, I've always been this person. This has been very well hidden. But no. At the moment, we have a plan. And more information.
You suddenly have a plan and more information after a meeting with Tarn.
That does tend to be how things go when I have meetings with people who know a lot and are willing to give it away if I say the right thing.
And what, in this case, did you say?
In this particular case, I said that he could have the magical contents of that room, which cannot travel beyond this place.
The room that Raz went to?
Yes.
His collection.
He has a collection room. That's something we learned.
Alright.
Along with some of the knowledge, because at this point that knowledge is going to get out, and we can't really stop that, but the best thing that we can do is get it first.
The knowledge in
the journal.
Why does it have to get out?
Because we're going to get it, and it's going to get out at that point. And it's only going to be a matter of time before other people get it from that point on.
Why?
Because eventually someone will take it from us.
Because you can't teleport away!
Rather than attempting to protect that journal from everything in the world and eventually failing, having a controlled release of that information with someone like Tarn, who will almost certainly make sure that only the people that he thinks would cause the most chaos will get that information, which is a fair estimate. But it's a very controlled leak rather than everyone in the Chaos Lotus.
But then eventually, regardless, someone will find it anyway.
Yes, someone will.
And then it's the end of the universe.
Not necessarily. Our particular goal is to have the knowledge first. Because we can't stop it from getting out eventually. What we can do is get it first and know how best to put it to use.
Your phone rings.
Who is it?
It's Urine.
I pick it up. News, Urine?
You still want to talk with Esmeen?
Potentially. What have you found?
I got a pizzeria for you to be at in 1 hour.
Alright. Give me the address.
I'll send it to you in a text.
Alright. Yeah. We also now have a potential meeting set up with Esme in an hour at a pizzeria.
Playing the most dangerous forces in the world against each other.
It is the only way to win when everything else outclasses you.
I'm all for this.
Oh, God, this was exactly.
Somehow that doesn't reassure me.
Well, let me put it to you in political terminology.
I hate
when
politics.
you are the third world country that doesn't have access to nuclear armaments. The three around you that do, fighting each other, is much better than any of them aiming those armaments at you.
Well, ideally you find out ways for, nobody to fire off their weapons at all, and you try to figure out a way that doesn't involve hundreds of millions of people dying horribly.
Ideally, but we both know this world is not an ideal world.
You know that. I still hold out hope.
Are you really so naive as to think this world is ideal?
I still hold out hope that
this world,
there's hope.
With vampires and werewolves and demons running amok literally every day in a veil hidden from the mortal sight, is ideal.
I mean, for some people.
Past them? Beyond them? I believe that there are still good and innocent people, and I believe that fundamentally... We've had this discussion before.
And I believe I've made my stance clear that I would rather sacrifice some lives to save many, many more.
And I've made it my stance that I believe if you stop and think a little bit and...
And I'm still doing the same thing.
And we eventually come to the same decision anyway.
Eventually, you keep making your decisions and lucking out.
It's not luck. It's calculated risk.
Calculated risk, wagering hundreds of thousands of people. Fine. Well, what's this meeting place?
I got a text, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I rattle off an address. We have an hour. If you'd like to go meet with him before we all meet with Tarn. Her. Well, it might be him that's meeting us. Who knows? It'll be one of her puppets, most likely. I doubt we'll be meeting Esme in person.
She doesn't seem to come out in person.
I send that address to everyone else.
Get back to the question mark.
We have a meeting with Esme, is the response. In an hour.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work out, we have a second place to meet with Tarn that will give us an answer if she doesn't.
I used forces to speed myself up to get to the mountain.
Okay.
How fast did I get there? Have I had any time to...
You were not far at all. You got there in like 10 minutes.
Right, have I had any time to try to figure out how to open that? Because they said bush lit on fire, path to cave opened.
You would have your character would have ended up there at some point because of the text, and so you've seen it open. So you know the bush. You just don't have no idea how to activate it.
Right. Can I take some time to investigate it and magically and sort of...
Sure. Give me intelligence research.
And that is also my specialty. So 10
Yes.
for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Fortunately, there wasn't exactly a timestamp on Tarn's offer, so we can go and meet with Esme first.
What about the two of you? You doing anything?
The game of chess is nearing the final stages, at least for this map.
I guess I'm gonna go over to Gilda's and just wait for a phone call.
Okay. You'll get one to meet at the pizzeria.
Yeah, okay.
9 successes.
9 successes?
Yep.
You run every single magical test on this. This thing defies what you know of magic.
So the bush lighting on fire has nothing to do with actually opening the thing. It's more like it's probably somebody's method. It's somebody's methodology of opening rather than actually being like a lever.
So, what you suspect is that this is, with your knowledge this is not magic of this universe.
Yeah.
And so no magic of this universe will open this. There has to be some sort of very specific action that would be taken to open this.
I light the bush on fire.
Okay.
It just burns.
Burns. Weirdly, it doesn't burn away,
It just keeps burning.
but it just burns.
I'm just gonna leave it on fire.
Okay.
And head to meet up at a pizzeria apparently.
Right, you all meet at the pizzeria? What about you, Skylar? Are you doing anything?
This is going to snap at some point.
Yeah, this isn't very well attached, by the way.
Hmm.
It bends down. Like it needs to be reinforced.
Yeah,
it needs
yeah,
to be
I was
reinforced over
noticing.
here,
Yeah.
like in the middle.
I had to get new screws for it because the screws I have were too long, but I haven't put them in yet. So anybody, so you doing anything, Skylar, or are you just reading up?
We're wondering. I messaged everyone. Do you think a drill or might have any way to assist us?
A drill?
Yeah.
A drill?
The
The blind boy?
yeah.
Adriel.
Who?
Adriel.
The blind beggar.
Who?
You weren't there.
We haven't. Sorry, you haven't.
I text back. Who?
Probably not, I'd imagine.
He's the leader of the Rats gang. They're good people.
Who?
It's another gang.
They're good people.
Don't worry too much about it.
I have to worry about it because 9 times out of 10 there ends up being a problem that has to be solved.
If we want to search for this unscribable room ourselves, it might be a good place to start recruiting manpower for it. If we decide on that plan of action, then
If it's a place that he teleported to, it's unlikely that any normal means of investigation you're going to be able to find it.
magical means.
Adriel probably won't want to put his own men at risk.
No.
No,
No.
he probably wouldn't.
I head over to the pizzeria.
Yeah, I head over there too.
All right.
I'm going with you.
So you're sitting in there, and you see the clock, and it's about 5 till.
I order pizza.
Order a pizza. What kind?
Extra cheese.
Chicken and pineapple.
Okay.
Monster.
Chicken and pineapple.
Yeah. Chicken pineapple. I like chicken much better.
I've never had the combo of chicken.
Anybody else ordering pizza?
I'm gonna get any kind of pizza that this pizzeria has that I haven't really seen too much of before. I don't know. Anything unique?
Yeah,
than
they've got
spam.
a seafood pizza.
But pineapple and jalapeno.
Sure, why not?
Pineapple
Anchovies
jalapeno.
on pizza is disgusting.
Yeah, the sweet.
Anchovies,
there's no
anchovies in
anchovies.
general are disgusting.
It's actually got shark.
Oh, shark pizza.
Sure.
How,
get it.
how much
I'll have
like
some of
crab
that. You
does
gotta have
shark
some of that.
taste?
It tastes more like tuna.
It tastes more like swordfish, I think,
Well,
actually.
Shark fin
It
tastes
tastes
like...
like cheap tuna.
So swordfish.
Swordfish is actually really good.
Yeah, swordfish can be really good.
I love swordfish.
It has this like,
Depends on how you make it.
it has like a
I've had
rotten
different taste.
fish taste to it.
No, it can be really
Swordfish-
sweet.
swordfish
If it's
with
processed
lemon.
right, it actually tastes sweet.
Crocodile
I had it.
tastes funny as hell.
Tastes kind of like chicken.
It tastes like chicken and fish.
It tastes like swamp chicken.
Yeah, it tastes like if a fish tastes like chicken, it's what crocodile would
It's
taste
like
like.
grandmother made a swordfish at one point. It was really
I
good.
hated it.
I loved it. It fell apart at just the right point, and it had lemon, and it
Yeah.
was good.
While you're discussing the finer points of pizza, what did you order, Skylar?
A pepperoni. Do they have hot sauce?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, while you're doing this, the door opens and you're deafened by blaring punk music.
Oh no.
Look who's here.
And
I flick my.
Is it him?
Is his throat exposed?
No.
Is his throat exposed?
his cleavage is exposed.
Good, because I'm going to implant a fish hook in it if he's. If
I
he's
don't.
coming to attack us.
I feel like he's going to be entering as a messenger.
I don't. If he raises a gun, he's going to get a fish hook to the throat.
He walks down and sits down at the table and flops his feet up on it. Sup, cutters?
We're not cutters.
No, you lot are most definitely some cutters.
No.
Look, sods, I was told to come talk to you guys as a testament of goodwill from the boss. So look, what do you need?
The boss?
Yeah, the boss, the man in charge.
Where did I hit him with a lightning bolt?
What? Probably his extended arm.
How's your arm feeling?
Like this, he says, and he flicks you off.
I silence his music.
Really? You try. You can't.
His music is magical.
Yes.
Um,
His headphones are highly magical.
what's the timing right now?
4.
Is it the exact time of the meeting, or is it still a few minutes early?
This is the exact time of the meeting.
All right. We're gonna have to be a little more specific on the boss. There's a lot of bosses.
I don't know. The Brine Queen?
That works.
Ryan,
That's the
Salty one
salty.
in both senses.
We need
Oh,
to
you haven't figured out yet. She's under the ocean.
yeah. We need to get into Rasputin's treasury.
And you think she can do that for what? What do you think I'm here for?
What are you here for?
Apparently, you're not doing your job very well.
we're all still alive.
Yeah. Because she told me to pike off. Look. Okay, so he's got some sort of treasury collection room. Fantastic. You have any idea how to get in there?
No, that's why we asked.
Right. Great meeting. Super useful. Okay, what's he got down there?
At the moment, everything.
Possibly the journal.
That's useful information. So he's got the journal.
We
So
know
we
he
sh-
has it. It may be in that room. We're not sure.
Excellent. Good. Finally some sod knows how to talk. What a bunch of Burks.
Where do you come from?
Sigil.
That's not a place.
City of Doors.
It is a place.
That's sigil.
No, it's...
It's actually sigil.
Yeah, it's
okay.
actually pronounced
He said
sigil.
sigil. Whatever. I've never heard it spoken before.
It's spelled sigil. It's pronounced sigil.
Yeah, fine. He said sigil.
Good for you.
And to clarify, unless any of you have played video games in your youth, you have no idea where that is.
You think Gallagher didn't play Dungeons and Dragons?
Fair enough. Roll me Intelligence Esoterica.
You have every knowledge.
2 successes.
Yeah, you remember the City of Doors from...
Planescape Torment.
Well, it's supposed to be the leads to every part of the multiverse and connects the different Dungeons and Dragons universes together.
Yep. I knew it existed.
What?
We have been there. Well, human equivalent.
No, we haven't been there.
No, you haven't been there. You went to that stupid wood.
There's an alternative?
Did I read? By the way, since we're on Earth, did I read any C.S. Lewis's?
I did.
He definitely did.
he
You
did.
might
I
have.
feel like I probably did.
He probably did. You probably read a lot.
Yeah. Well, with my high intelligence.
Yeah.
I still ain't get around to asking someone if he was a diamond. Probably was.
Look. So, you need me to go find the collection room. That's what you're saying.
That would be
Any information about it that I can go
You can't
tell
scry into it.
or brininess. Great. That's super helpful.
We've tried.
Has anybody else been there?
Rasputin.
Rasputin. Also, someone named Tarn. What's
Don't mess with that.
Let's see the look on his face.
He's like, his feet come down. He slams down. They're like, don't mess with that guy. He will mess you up.
I was hoping he would not know who Tarn was. Like, all right, I'll ask Tarn.
Nope. He ain't right. Look, no, you don't understand. I've seen a whole lot of messed up people. I've seen a whole lot of you messed up, hole jumping wackos. Tarn ain't right.
What
Well, you've
exactly
got
is
it.
wrong
Well,
with
you've
him?
got it until we decide that Tarn is our only option to find the
Look,
entrance.
no, you don't understand.
You don't
What's he
He
done?
don't jump like Strafonio and his cats.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. He doesn't jump like you guys do.
No, he doesn't. We saw it. We know how he jumps.
Yeah. It's not like you guys.
How?
He broke the rules.
How
Used to be only
so?
Strafonio could break the rules. Well, Irana, but she made them. So.
So you have until we decide that Tarn is our only option to find the entrance.
Give me a day.
There wasn't a time limit. We can give it a day.
We can wait.
I mean, there is a time limit. The time limit is when the world begins time travel.
Well, it hasn't yet.
Yeah, it's more of
I
a.
think it has actually.
It's more of a question mark, really.
If it's less than a day, then
Works. He stands up. Also, if I ever get back to Sigil, I'm bringing this stuff with me, he says, and he grabs one of your pizzas and walks off.
Which
which
one?
one?
Just a slice of the shark pizza.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a fish hook through his neck sometime.
No hot sauce?
He gives you the finger again. Nope, we got that there. It's called Abishai blood.
Right. That was unproductive.
Yeah,
I mean,
He's
he
on his
might
way.
help us.
I doubt it.
Or we could turn
He
you
at least
on.
has a proper head on his shoulder, as it seems, if he's afraid of Tarn. So
I wouldn't
he's not
call
the
the head on his
worst
shoulder quite
option.
proper.
Were you listening to that music?
I didn't say it was an intelligent head.
He walks several feet away from the restaurant before you stop hearing the blaring punk music.
Just that he has at least
You're actually
some
quite
degree of
impressed
common
that he was
sense.
able to hear you speaking over that being on his head.
magic.
give him a day, and if he doesn't have an answer for us, Tarn becomes our only option.
Or we don't give him a day, and then they all collide in the treasury when he inevitably takes the information that the journal is there back to Esmeen, and she decides she no longer needs us and goes for it herself.
Mm.
Because if we wait a day,
I do like a collision of 3 nuclear powers.
If we wait a day, Esmeen's just going to go get it herself now that she knows where it's
Yeah,
at,
keep
because
moving.
somebody told her the journal was in that room.
I do like a collision of 3 nuclear powers.
So you've told us.
Let's go talk to Tarn.
To the clockworks.
You're going to the
Why are we
clockworks?
talking to him again?
Because I give it less than a day before Esmeen is in that collection room without us. I'd rather be there first.
We head to the clockworks.
Alright. You walk in.
Yep.
Where's Kai currently?
Oh, I took him with me.
Sweet, okay.
So yeah, he's with me.
Alright, you walk in the door. You suspect Tarn is upstairs. You hear music playing upstairs.
She'll start walking
I
upstairs.
look at the chair.
It's not here. It's not in this room.
It's
upstairs.
upstairs.
Okay, good.
She'll start walking upstairs.
Okay.
Where she
You
usually
see Turl
goes.
walk upstairs.
Following.
Now you see the chair.
Yeah.
Now it's the
You
chair.
see a lawn chair
Elegant
that's
chair.
completely out of place in this incredibly elegant room, and you see Tarn sitting in a chair. He's working on gears and crafting them together, and you see the shriveled remains of what was probably a bird.
Yep.
And there's a moose in the corner.
A living moose?
Yes.
A moose.
A moose in a room.
Oh, hey, did you walk into Canada?
How many times has that moose been a skeleton?
Oh, including about 5 minutes once. What can I do for you? Ah, yes, you're here to find the collector's room.
Indeed.
Would you like to have a seat, he says,
Indicating the
No.
lawn chair.
indicating a lawn chair.
That thing will bite me.
Do you have a recollection, by the
Oh
way?
no, it hasn't bitten anyone in quite some time.
By the way, what exactly did you do to me? What with myself having a seizure?
Absolutely nothing. You decided that you wanted to go places that most mortals shouldn't tread.
Did you try to look inside his brain?
I never would have looked inside your... You are reading our minds. Yep,
Yeah.
figured.
That is not a skill set that I possess in great strength.
In great
Great
strength,
strength.
but
But
in
lesser
necessary. I really don't appreciate it. I really
I'm
do
afraid
not
that
appreciate
I don't
it.
care.
So, can you read our minds from across the entire island, or is it just when we're here?
I prefer ambiguity in cases like this. So, are you ready to go?
I really don't.
You're not going to get any straight answers out of him.
And you don't have the power to pull them from him.
And that's why I don't like him.
I mean, you also have the power to pull them from Yaren or from
Esmeen.
Esmeen.
Or
from me, really.
That's why I don't like this world, really.
This is what I have built my entire skill set around, is working with things that are far more powerful than I am.
I'm used to being far more powerful than I am currently. It kind of sucks. Anyways.
So, you're ready to go see the collector.
Yep.
Well, I've arranged a meeting.
Perfect. Details.
Yes, you're going to have to not be you.
Makes sense.
And, can I see what's in your bag, please? He says, looking at Torel.
Why?
Need a conversation piece.
Ah, here.
As you open up your bag, York floats out. He holds him. He then says something in Latin that sounds ever so poetic and flowing.
Do I know what it is, considering I'm Italian?
Latin and Italian are not the same thing.
They are not the same thing, however.
They're similar. They share a lot of root words because the root words of Italian came from Latin.
It sounds... But this is like old Latin.
Yeah.
It's...
I've also got 4 intelligence, which means I'm a genius.
He might be
You
he might be able to
suspect
tell
it's
the
a poem.
idea. Yeah.
Like, he's probably quoting Virgil or something.
Okay.
He's literally saying in Latin the last 4 Yorick I knew me well.
No, it's in some sort of Latin ballad or whatnot. Now, in order to be a bit more useful, he waves his hand over it and then walks over to Moose and then taps the moose on the head.
The moose becomes a skeleton, and the skeleton becomes a man.
He pulls a long strand of blood with his finger, taps it on the skeleton, and the moose collapses into a flesh bag, and the skeleton grows bones and becomes a full skeleton.
Does it get flesh too?
No.
Of course not. That'd be too easy.
Oh. So macabre. I love it.
Welcome to having limbs.
Again.
Oh, it's so delightful. Oh, I can feel myself. Oh, I can feel. Ooh.
You can feel through bones?
Question it.
Magic.
Yes.
Well, I am ready to accompany you.
No, brother.
Yes.
Possibly with a coat or something to hide the fact that you are currently, well...
Oh, no. Rasputin likes to have his collection shown off.
I mean, as we walk down the streets.
We're not going to walk
I don't think we're walking down the street.
We're just going to
Of course we're
teleport
not.
straight in.
Why would I think like a normal person?
Kai
I
is
don't know,
currently
you're a
with me,
mage.
right?
Yes.
How's he reacting to all this?
I mean, he's
I've
a
seen
fox.
some things.
He's seen a few things.
Not in this world. Well,
Yes, he
He's been
has.
hanging
I know
around
he
Tarn
has.
for
He has.
a week.
not a week, like a day.
He's playing with some origami in the corner. He seems okay.
Okay, he's fine.
Congratulations, you've traumatized a child.
He's fine.
Father of the year.
By the way, you all noticed that there is an origami swan flying around the room, and there's an origami fox jumping after it.
So are we going?
Yes. First thing, though, he says, walking up to you, you look entirely... that shirt.
Great shirt.
Taps you on the head, and you shapeshift. And then he walks around and does it to each of you.
Shapeshift into what?
What do we shapeshift into?
So you know Rasputin style?
Yeah.
Wizards.
Do I look like myself from the D&D
Yes.
game?
I look like my human form from the D&D game.
You basically all look like yourselves from the D&D game now.
She looks the same in both universes.
With your D&D inspired outfit, though. More medieval outfit.
She still looks the same though.
No. You look like a fox. A half fox, half person.
Okay.
You look like your shifter form.
Some half-orc?
Yes.
Okay. We'll do that.
I need you to go draw some attention.
I recognize this hair.
Draw some attention, Rasputin will find you.
So you're a lot taller now.
And with green mohawk hair.
Not a mohawk, just very long hair.
I thought it was mohawks, specifically.
It was,
No.
You're a lot
No,
shorter.
it's anime hair.
Oh, yeah.
It's the anime.
Well, zoom, zoom.
So are we dressed and
Oh, yeah.
all the,
Let's go back to their ranger's tower.
the sword?
Yes.
That's a good idea.
I have my sword.
Mm-hmm.
I have my staff.
Let's go tear shit up.
Let's go back to their ranger's
And my
tower.
Do I have my wings
Yes.
and my claws?
Yes.
You're a dragonborn.
And I have
yeah.
shields.
Yeah, you got shields.
Do I have my?
Do I have both of my
Yes.
shields, including the golden one?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be so...
Is it the same shield?
Yeah.
I want you to understand that I am now a Doe martial artist in the body of a dragon.
I mean, yeah.
I looked at Tarn. How did you get this? Make this?
Shapeshift magic. It's not the real shields.
Is it?
Or is it?
It is.
I bet
How?
we can. I bet we can.
Can I open a hole in space and time with the staff?
Yes.
Fuck, hell yeah.
Well, we're back to.
I open a hole in space and time to get us back to his tower.
You see his tower through the hole in space and time.
I look to
You
Tar.
can't go in the tower. You
Oh,
find that
because
the
that's
magic
right.
of these items has been bound to this world.
Yeah.
They operate under the principles of this world now.
I look back over.
Also, you notice that your physical strength has not at all changed.
Yeah.
You don't feel any stronger for your like it's entirely aesthetic.
Mhm.
I closed the portal. I can now teleport.
still-
even though don't-
I mean, I was already
I'll have a
strong,
strength.
though. I just
So,
now
I
have
still-
wings and claws.
The golden shield still works. What about the other shield in my armor? Is it still the magic that it was? Or is it just the golden one?
It's just the golden one.
How did you...
How do my robes work now? My intimidating, shadowy robes of nightmare.
They just look cool.
Okay, cool.
How did you get this shield?
No, it's yours.
How did you do this? I say, putting it aside.
You still think I play by your rules? How amusing.
I
No,
would very
I
much
don't
like
think
to
you
know
play
the
by
rule-
my rules. I want to know how you did this.
I want to know the rules you're playing by.
You think
What
he plays by
rules?
rules?
Fundamentally, I just
no
want to know if
rules.
you've destabilized the fabric of the multiverse by doing this.
I do that by breathing.
Yes, but I want to do it if you did it more by doing
Well,
this.
The answer is yes.
It's not
I open a portal underneath now Yee's feet and send him to the tower. Alright, everyone else want to go?
Let's go.
It will only last so long as you can catch his attention.
Open up another portal next to Yee.
Shall I keep count?
Yes,
I
please.
suppose I should dispose of this. We'll have dinner later. Pokes it and it turns into a series of steaks that then float into the freezer.
I step through the portal.
Through the portal.
You're underneath the tower, and that's where we'll pick it up next time.
Say bye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Farewell.
Bye.